Welcome back, Wargamers. Luca here from MiniWarGaming.com, joined by Kyfer from What the 40k on YouTube. It's going to be Caesaric and Necrons going up against the Firekeepers, a Salamander successor chapter made by Kyfer himself.
Hey there, Vault members. Don't forget, we got another game for you. It's going to be me, Josh, and my guard, Fancy Dressed Cadians, taking on Kenny and his 1,000 sons. This big bunch of nerds. You can check that game out at the link below.
We play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Warhammer 40k Battle Report.
Alright guys, so for this 2,000 point Firekeepers list, it's pretty simple. Let's start with the HQs. Starting with my jump pack captain, he looks Primaris, but he's not. He's using the captain with jump pack datasheet. And he has the Warlord trait Imperium's Sword. The second HQ choice of the list is a Primaris Lieutenant. He has a Stalker Bolt Rifle, and he has been given an additional relic for another command point, which will be Lament. So looking for those mortal wounds on successful wound rolls. The first troops choice is a squad of heavy intercessors. They're 5 men strong, taken with the heavy bolter, just in case I need to use the Hellfire Shell stratagem. The next troops choice is an infiltrator squad, taken with the Helix Adept. And the last troops choice is a 7-man unit of intercessors, taken with an Astartes grenade launcher, and the sergeant taking a power fist. On to elites. So the first elite unit is a 3-man aggressor squad, taken with the Flamestorm gauntlets. Following that up, we have a 5-man Reaver squad, taken with heavy bolt pistols and combat knives, fitted with grav shoots. Filling up the fast attack slots are 2 Storm Speeder hammer strikes. On to the heavy support choices. 2 repulsors, the standard fitted with Twin Last Talon, and the repulsor executioner taken with the heavy laser destroyer.
Taking a look at the Necron forces first, I have a battalion and a super heavy auxiliary support detachment in today's game. My battalion will be led by a Catacomb Command Barge. It will be my Warlord. It must be my Warlord. We have a Royal Warden. Don't leave home without him, especially if you're going to do a lot of Necron warriors. And we brought a Technomancer as well. For troops, one with 10 Immortals, and, well, 39 Necron warriors, so 1 unit of 19 and 1 unit of 20. This is a great excuse to run a couple of Canoptic Reanimators. I know you guys hate them, and you haven't seen them in a while, so here they are in their 80-point glory each. I got 2 of them, so I'm spending 160 points on this investment. And to go with the theme of the War of the Worlds, we went with 3 Canoptic Doom Stalkers as well. And here we are, the super heavy auxiliary detachment, including everyone's favorite model, the Necron Monolith. And that's my list. Let's go take a look at the mission. To quickly describe Maelstrom of War, which I think will be a challenge for myself here, it is a chaotic battlefield, and the Warlord who dominates the battlefield will force the enemy to fight on their terms in locations of their choosing for this territorial control mission, which is the first one of all the missions. I figured we'd keep it simple. There are going to be 6 objectives on the battlefield. We have a Dawn of War style deployment, and it's important to note that each player's territory will cover half of the battlefield, whereas their deployment will only be 12 inches of the battlefield. So we will still be 24 inches apart. Now there are going to be 6 objectives on the table, placed by the defender first, and then each of those objectives must be in a player's territory, but not in their deployment zone, and each territory must have 3 objectives in them. So it's a nice even deployment, but the defender gets to pick which side they want to deploy on after the objectives have been placed. So they get to manipulate that in a way. Now the way scoring is going to work is there are 6 categories that we are going to be rolling on because we don't have the cards for it right now. And those are your objectives from turn to turn. This is a very dynamic style of scoring, and it is very hard to predict what each turn's going to be. That's why I greatly love Maelstrom of War, because the game is never the same. Now, typically you only pick 3 of the categories you want to draw from, but I am feeling old school Maelstrom today, and my guest agrees. We are going to be drawing from all 6 categories randomly. So you will get to all enjoy that together and kind of just increase the general chaos of the battle. And the style of objectives can skew anywhere from killing your opponent to holding more objectives than your opponent to rushing to the deployment zone. It is all over the place, folks. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this nonsense. Taking a closer look at the battlefield for this Mails from a War game. The map here is from Kraken War Games. It's one of my favorite ones, especially for urban warfare because the streets are kind of all over the place. So it gives you an excuse to put the buildings kind of wherever you want, block lanes of fire, a lot of opportunities for good table building there. The buildings are all handcrafted by Adam at Greenleaf Terrain, great for 9th edition, great for obscuring ruins. The mats here for the objectives are from MiniWarGaming as well, or JW Gaming. They just act as objective markers. If you're anywhere on the mat, well, then you control said objective. Well, I mean, you're contesting it at the very least. And then we have some old Citadel kits as well for the Aegis defense lines and various things and broken vehicles as well. Now, I do want to remind our Silver Vault members that they have access to a lot of discount codes for a lot of companies in the MiniWarGaming Vault. And you can save yourself a pretty penny if you go check that out by going to the Vault section on the website, or simply going to the description below to click on the link, or go to miniwargaming.com/silver discount, and you can figure that out there. You can check it out even if you're not a Silver Vault member. So if you're bronze, if you see something you like, you go click on the link and sign up for a silver and save yourself a lot of money. Anyways, we are going to go ahead and deploy our forces. I, as the defender, I'm just going to go with this side over here. And we had to label all the objectives numerically 1 to 3. Now, on the other side, there's 4, 5, 6. Those will just be 1, 2, 3 for that respective side. And I'm just going to go with this side. I forgot to mention for the mission, though, we are doing the first one. The only twist to it is that starting the second battle round, when you go to generate your tactical objectives for both players, whoever controls the most objectives will actually gain a 4th tactical objective that they could potentially score. So controlling the objectives are paramount to victory in this mission. And here we are, all deployed. Going over my deployment, I went with my big range of Doomstalkers, hard on the right flank with the Technomancer supporting them. Lots of warriors. Overlord. We got our hiding behind obscuring terrain, our little reanimator, our Royal Warden. And the other unit of Necron warriors is the 19-man squad with our Monolith, and we like to do the cheeky tactic of the Monolith's sheer size protecting the other reanimator who's deployed within 6 of those immortals who are hiding behind this building. And that's it for me. I got nothing hiding out, or nothing in strategic reserves. Not really going to try to utilize the Monolith's rules for that, because, no thank you.
All right, Firekeepers deployment. We have a group of infiltrators deployed ahead of the deployment zone, just touching and controlling Objective 3 on this table side. We have 1 Storm Speeder in this corner, and 1 Repulsor. This Repulsor, by the way, is holding 5 Assault Plasma Incinerator Hellblasters, which I forgot to mention in the Army Showcase.
Yeah, they're part of the 2K.
The second Repulsor over here is holding 3 Aggressors. That's the Repulsor Executioner. We have the Intercessors hiding behind this ruin here, and near them is the second Storm Speeder Hammer Strike. The 2 characters are in amongst them, and closing off on this side, we have the Heavy Intercessors.
Heavy Intercessors. Then in reserve, what do we have?
A group of 5 Reavers.
With grab shoots. Now, we are going to go ahead and roll off. In this one, it doesn't force the winner to go first. We're just going to use the Maelstrom rules as they are. Both of us are going to roll a d6. Whoever rolls highest gets to dictate who will go first. Best of luck. Oh, a 1. All right, 3. Ooh, wait. Yes, I had my command protocols. I just forgot to talk about them. So the Firekeepers roll better than I. Would you, sir, like to take the first turn or the second turn? The power is to you.
I will take the first turn because I don't like how many Doomsday Cannons you have.
Yeah, it's true. So a little hard to deploy, but everything here and there is safe from at least 1 or 2 of them. So I would have to split my fire up. So good deployment over there. But taking the first turn, you can get even safer. I will reveal my command protocol though. Boom! Sudden Storm, what a surprise! I was debating on going with Eternal Guardian, but I have a lot of the things I care about in cover, and the only thing that would have really mattered for was a Monolith. And there's anything you're shooting at the Monolith is going to have crazy high armor penetration anyways. So if I roll those 5s that I need to save, then I'll feel bad. But Sudden Storm, we're going to go with directive number 1. Now, as a reminder, if you guys want more general Warhammer 40k content, like video essay type stuff, or covering what's new in the meta and things online, what are people talking about, go and check out What the 40k over on YouTube. There will be a link in the description down below, or if you're already on YouTube, just go check it over there. That is Kyfer here that I'm playing against for that.
For my tactical objectives for the turn, I have to destroy an enemy vehicle with destroy an enemy unit with one of my vehicles for 5 victory points, which should be achievable because of the Doomsday. Doomstalkers,
yeah.
I believe. And I think I have the tools to do that. The second objective was to destroy the enemy warlord with my warlord.
Well, you just have to at least do a wound to him with one of your characters.
Yeah, but for the first turn, I don't think that's possible. But fortunately, I got an easy one as well in my draw to just control objective 5, which should definitely be feasible in my turn.
Right, and that's worth 5 victory points. The one to wound my warlord is 5 victory points, and destroying one of my units with your vehicles. And is vehicle or a monster? But there's no monsters in the Salamander list here.
Oh, and I spent a command point to actually change that objective to destroy an enemy unit with one of my vehicles because it wasn't too good. So I used a stratagem, quick thinking, to do that.
Right, so you're down to 8 command points. You're going to go up to 9 here in a second in the command phase. Because the previous one was destroy 20 models in a phase for 5 victory points. Not very likely to do. And for anyone who's curious, these can only be achieved once per game. And if you do not achieve them, they get scrapped. Now, there is a stratagem that allows you to keep one that you tried to accomplish in the previous turn for the next turn. So something like, obviously, it's going to be difficult to do a wound to my warlord with one of the Firekeeper characters. But you could keep that for the second battle round for 1 command point if you so choose to. Anyways, the command points are as follows. We're both at 9 because Kyfer here is going to go back up to 9 in his command phase.
All right, so we'll start with this land speeder here, the storm speeder, and it moves 16 inches, so it's going to come up to about here.
And we got monolith in sight.
All right, next the repulsor will just shimmy on over, just within its 10-inch move, just about over here. The repulsor executioner will move on over, just advancing, just touching the other objective here.
Yeah, just claiming it.
The standard intercessor squad is going to move into these ruins within their 6 inches, and it'll allow the sergeant to just touch that objective 5 for my Maelstrom objective.
And claiming some light cover in doing so. Putting the models on the top level there just to represent where they are underneath, because it's quite difficult to get hands in there.
Heavy intercessors will move their 5 inches, allowing the sergeant to just touch this objective 4 over here.
Hello, big boys. I've never dealt with the heavy intercessors before. I'm kind of curious to see what kind of firepower they can bring to bear.
I think they're really cool.
I agree.
The second Storm Speeder Hammer Strike will move it 16 inches,
over to here,
blocking up this right in the middle of the street. And the 2 HQs are going to move right into this corner here to support both squads with their core auras.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Keeping it tight. Before we go to the psychic phase, well, there is not one. Before we go to the shooting phase, I should note that both players do generate objectives. I just forgot to cover mine. I ended up spending a command point on the first one I generated, which was the quick thinking stratagem. So I have to kill one of Kyfer's vehicles here with at least causing a wound with at least 3 different units. There's a lot of vehicles as options, obviously, so that'll be at the end of any phase, so I can work on my turn as well. I doubt I'll do it on the Salamander turn, but you never know. I guess weird things could happen. I, again, doubt it. The other one I had to do is I have to control the objective numbered 4 in my opponent's territory. It's technically 1, but we're using 4, 5, 6 for 1, 2, 3, so I have to control that objective. I got trading blows. One of my characters must kill one of the Firekeeper characters, so there's only the 2 right there. Not likely going to happen. Shooting over here first, what do we got?
We're going to start with the Storm Speeder Hammer Strike. It's going to split fire heavy weapons into the monolith, and the 2 crack storm grenades are going to go into here.
Into the immortals.
Yeah, so we'll start with the Melta Destroyer, hitting on 3s.
3s to hit here. We got all hit but 1.
But 1, I'll take it.
The Salamander symbol's obviously
8.
the 6s. Yeah, 4s to wound.
So wounding on 4s.
Oof.
Both.
-4.
And -4.
This is Devastator, no state, but I hypothetically want to roll. I would have made one if I chose the one I was thinking about making. That's okay, we're okay. What's the damage like on this bad boy?
It's D6 each.
2d6. It's going to be 9 damage. Very good.
Quite good.
17 wounds left. I thought he had 26 wounds. He's only got 24. He's got 15 wounds remaining. Bloop. And the hammer strike.
Hitting on 3s.
We have 2 hits.
2 hits, strength 8, so wounding on 4s.
Stop.
Oh, I'm so...
Maybe 4 on those because of Devastator. Oh, fail both of them, even if I would have had the +1. So how much damage did
They're
we...
3 each.
All right, so that's down to 9 wounds left off the 1 speeder. Oh, yeah. I guess that's what matters when everything hits and wounds. That's fair.
Next, the Crack Storm Grand Launchers going into the mortals that are visible just around the corner there. So hitting on 3s. 1 hit, strength 6, so wounding on 3s.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Oh, you get to re-roll your Salamander.
That's true.
You haven't used it yet.
I know, surprising. Okay, might as well.
Boom. And sorry, I guess we forgot to mention earlier, but they are success. What's it of the Primarchs? They're using the traditional Salamander.
Yeah, inheritors of the Primarch.
That's right. Only -1 because it's an assault weapon. I am in cover, so we're good. What's next? That thing did so well. My gosh, that did so well.
The Repulsor Executioner is going to fire the Heavy Laser Destroyer at this Doomsday. Doomstalker.
Doomstalker, yes.
Sorry, I'm used to the Doomsday cannon.
The arcs, the big long boys.
Arcs, yeah. Okay, so it has Aquilon optics, so it'll be hitting on +1 with the main turret weapon.
Right. Where are the other shots going anywhere?
The other shots, all the anti-infantry stuff is going to go into the Necron Warriors.
Warriors?
Yes.
Okay. I might use a stratagem on the reanimator. I got to see how it works. I've never ever used these guys. Yeah, it's reanimation prioritization. It's like a fail-safe 2 command point stratagem. If you don't get to go first, these guys kind of suck, but you can spend 2 command points to at least let one of them activate. So they're visible within 6. He's gonna start beaming them with his Nano Scarab beam, increasing their reanimation protocol rolls by 1 until my next command phase, I guess. They're good to go. Let's start this show.
On to the Repulsor. Yes, the
Big
Heavy
gun?
Laser Destroyer into the Doomstalker. They're hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
For the +1.
Couple shots on 2s here. Both hit, very
Both
nice.
hit.
These should be 3s to wound easily.
Yes.
And we could re-roll it if you want to.
I think I might re-roll it.
Salamander re-roll. Oh, double 1. Each of the Doomstalkers has an active containment field, which acts as a kinetic force field, or against kinetic force. So 4 up invulnerable save, we are good. Bounces right off the field. Nice, good job, buddy.
All right, heavy bolters, or twin heavy bolt guns.
Should be 3s to hit.
Hitting on 3s.
1 miss. 2 misses, actually. And these wound on 3s. And these are AP 2 right now because they're heavy.
That is correct.
No rerolls to wounds. My 4 up, I'm going to put on a guy in cover over here. We should have a 3 up, so to a 5 up. I will fail 1 of them. We're going to lose that warrior. We'll lose you, I guess, and we'll just lay you down for a reanimation later on.
Next, heavy onslaught Gatling cannon going into the warriors.
On 3s. Those are 3s to wound. -2 in Devastator here, so I'm just going to keep putting them on the saves behind the defense line. So I should go back to a 5 up. That's 4 warriors getting gunned down by that one. Take them. 1, those within 3 of it. Oh, my poor guy. 1 more should die after this. You, I guess. Keeping them all coherent still. More guns.
Yes, and then the last of its weapons in range is the Twin Icarus. These are -1 to hit because they're not flying. So these ones are hitting on 4s.
I wish they did. Ooh, all right.
And these are strength 4, so wounding on 4s.
Yeah. Are these AP normally 1?
They're normally AP1, so in the Devastator Doctrine, they'd be AP2.
So we got 1 more 5 up save on. We'll save that warrior back there. He is going to pass. And then that's it for its firing, so we get to trigger the reanimation protocols. 5 of them are down. They are currently at a 4 up because of the reanimator. And they're warriors, so they get to reroll 1s. 2 of them stand back up. Stand up. Bloop. Bloop. Just to get them further up. Boom, boom, boom. Get a couple shots maybe.
18 here. Second Storm Speeder Hammer Strike going into the Doomstalker with the Melta and the Hammer Strike missiles. The Crack Storm Grenade Launchers are not in range. So we'll start with the Hammer Strike, the Melta Destroyer, hitting on 3s.
Ooh, 1 miss. Is it core? It's probably not core, right?
No, it's not core.
Not core. Okay, well, it's a 2 anyways, I guess. 3s to wound. You could re-roll that one if you want.
I will with my Salamander's Chapter Tactic.
Ooh, we dodged that. Containment field? All day!
And then following it up with 2 Hammer Strike missiles.
1 miss.
1 miss,
Okay.
and then wound strength 8, so wounding on 3s. Does not.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, one of those 2 did much better than the other.
Intercessors shooting into the Necron Warriors. They're not in rapid fire range, so we're going to get 6 shots, and 1 man is going to use his Astartes Grenade Launcher to shoot a crack grenade.
Boop. All right. So what are we doing first?
So, crack grenade first.
Crack grenade first. Because we want to save that for
threes.
the reroll. Okay, that also misses.
also
Lots
misses.
of twos. Lots of twos on these guys
And
here.
then the 6 bolt rifles.
On threes, roll the 1.
Roll the 1 for the captain. And these are strength 4, toughness 4.
And you can
We're on
reroll
4s.
You can reroll 2 of those.
Yes, because the lieutenant and the Salamander's chapter tactic.
Oh, very good. 4 wounds. Oh, it should only be 4 wounds there. There's a 3.
Yes.
I'll just keep putting that on saves on guys in cover. They are, for now, 4-ups because they're AP1 on the bolt rifle. Make 2 fail 2. That should be for their fire, so I would lose you and you, I suppose. And let's see if they reanimate. They stand back up on 4s. 1 does. Then we'll put you over, I don't know, we're just gonna go over there with you. It doesn't really matter. Next up, we have the heavy intercessors firing down the table. They have massive range at 36 inches. Do they want to go for the Doomstalker?
Yes, so the man with the heavy bolter will shoot a Hellfire shell for 1 command point
1 whole command point.
at the Doomstalker.
Does it hit?
Let's see.
It should be just 1 shot that does D3
It's
mortal.
1 shot. It does 3. It does 3.
Oh,
if it-
flat 3
yeah,
mortals, that's
because
right.
it's a monster.
Well, so because it's a monster, he takes the 3 mortal wounds from the Hellfire Shell for 1 command point, but I am Caesarican, so I have a 5 up to ignore mortal wounds. I take 1 mortal wound.
Oh, that paid for itself.
Oh, heck yeah. I've got 11 wounds left.
Vulnerable saves,
I
right?
mean, this guy just saved. This guy probably would have been dead without those vulnerable saves.
And the other, well, actually, I think only 3 can see
3? Okay.
into the warriors.
Oh, into the warriors, gotcha.
Yeah, so hitting on.
Reroll the 1.
Reroll the 1. Nope.
Okay.
So 1 hit, strength 5, toughness 4.
Yes.
So winning on 3s.
That is
does
a-
wound.
What's the AP?
-1.
-1. All right, so cover guy. We'll fail it. We will lose you, I guess. I want to lose you because I want to keep you within range of the Technomancer. That's it for their firing. So does he reanimate? Endless Legions. Yes, he does. I guess we'll just keep.
Endless Legions is a stratagem? or
That's the
it's
reroll 1. So Necron Warriors get to reroll 1s on the reanimation.
Gotcha,
rolls. So
gotcha.
they currently have a 4-up rerolling 1s.
So the lieutenant, Primaris Lieutenant will fire the Relic Lament into this Canopic Doomstalker.
Alright.
The unmolested one. It auto-hits because of his Warlord trait, Patient and Determined.
Okay. How does that one work? You just auto hits with 1
It
weapon?
auto-hits, so his Warlord trait allows his weapons to auto-hit. 1 attack each time it shoots or fights.
Okay, gotcha.
And if I successfully wound, the Lament's ability is that you deal a mortal wound in addition.
All right, so it's just a single shot
Yeah.
does some mortal wounds.
And I can Salamander's reroll.
Salamander, of course, yes. Yay!
does,
So we have a mortal wound in addition. Well, what's the AP of it?
The AP is -3 in the Devastator Doctrine.
Okay, well, I make the invulnerable save, and I have the mortal wound, which I ignore as well because I'm Caesarican, so I just
The
take
Doomstalkers.
Oh no! All right, well, big boy over here, repulsor.
Wrap it up with the repulsor. We're gonna shoot the last Talon and twin last cannons into the monolith.
Ooh, he
And
survived it.
the Hunter Slayer missile is gonna shoot over the building and try and go for some more wounds off of the wounded Doomstalker.
Is that a once per game missile still?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then what about the rest of the guns?
The rest of the guns are not in range of the warriors.
Oh, gotcha. Do you want to put them into the monolith?
The ones that will reach, I believe, it's just the Iron Hail Heavy Subber.
All right.
Yeah, actually, I misspoke. The Storm Bolters, there's 3 of them. They'll shoot into the monolith because they're within range of 24.
Might as well, right? They're free
Yes.
shots.
The Crack Storm Grenades aren't in range because they're 18 inches, but the Stubber will shoot at the Necron Warriors because 36 inches.
All right.
But we'll start with the anti-tank stuff going into the monolith.
All right. Good luck, monolith. You took a pretty big beating from that monstrosity over there. Let's see if we can survive this.
So effectively 4 last cannon shots. I'll roll them together. if
Right,
it's fine with
yeah.
you.
3s to
Hitting on
hit.
3s.
I dodged 2 of them somehow.
Yes.
He's a pretty big target.
And strength 9.
3s to wound. You can reroll. You don't need to.
Don't need to.
And these are AP 4?
AP4 with Devastator Doctrine.
I don't want to see 5s. Don't show me 5s. Okay, I failed both of them. Ah, man. I'm not going to command point it. Then bring it on. Bring on death. 2d6 damage.
2d6.
8? Would you like to re-roll the 3?
No, it's too likely to be a 2 or a 1. No, thank you.
So we got 1 remaining wound on my monolith.
All right, Storm Bolters going into the monolith. 1 wound remaining. Will it die to Storm Bolters?
I really hope not, but I guess I won't be upset if it doesn't because he's been taking a beating. These are 6s to wound.
6s to wound.
Nothing.
I can use my Salamander.
You haven't used that. That's right. You haven't used it yet.
You know,
Would you like to?
I'll save it for my Slayer missile. I'll save it.
Okay,
Just in
okay.
case. Just in case.
If you want, we can say you fire the Slayer missile first because that would have made more sense. Because then if you don't need the reroll on that, you might have used the reroll here.
If you're...
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so we'll do the Slayer Missile, hitting on 3s.
Oh, okay, then it doesn't matter. You can use the reroll on the Stormbolter then.
All right, so reroll a Stormbolter shot.
No, okay, it didn't matter. Because I think that would have made more sense tactically, yeah.
And I'll get the 4...
He lives!
He lives, he's barely hanging on. 4 Iron Hail Heavy Stubber shots into the...
Warriors? Yeah, the Warriors.
These aren't Icarus, so they're just hitting on 3s.
Alrighty, bring on the pain. Okay, very good.
I'll hit. Strength 4, Toughness 4, so we're wounding on 4s. Very good.
Is it heavy?
It is heavy, so Devastator Doctrine's in effect, -1.
I'll do some.
Or -2, sorry.
I'll do some of the ones on the upper level here. They're gonna be in light cover. And they're gonna go. Oh, they passed literally every save. Okay.
Oh,
you survived. You survived.
That denies me my objective.
That does. For one of your vehicles to kill one of my units. Very close. This guy just like, I don't know, tanked everything. And you are accomplishing this one objective over here. I think you score this one at the end of the battle round, though. So if I was able to like shoot you off of it, I could deny that, I guess. But you have 2 units on it. That's true. No scoring yet. We're going to go into the Necron turn 1, and there will be scoring at the end of the battle round. And this is where we stand on my turn. 8 command points for the Firekeepers, 7 for the Necrons. All right, let's do some living metals here. So we're up to 2 wounds on my monolith. Look at him go. I don't have any healing or living metals over there, but this Doomstalker does go back up to full health. You get my command point going up to 7, but I am going to spend 2 of those going down to 5 for Stellar Alignment Protocol on my monolith. I had to use the stratagem on a vehicle with 10 or more wounds, and it gets to act as if it was in its top bracket. It costs 2 command points if it has a lot of wounds, or if it's Titanic. It's one of the 2. Essentially, the monolith costs me 2 command points. Hopefully it's worth. We'll find out. We're going to use My Will Be Done from my Overlord on the Necron Warriors in the middle, which will give them +1 to their hit rolls for melee and shooting. We have Rites of Reanimation from our Technomancer with the control node. He's going to target a core unit within 6, and they get to return a model back to their unit. But if that unit is Warriors, it's actually D3 of them stand back up. So he's going to target that unit of Warriors, and we're going to have 2 of them stand back up. So in the end, only 2 Warriors are dead. We were laughing because one of the objectives that Kyfer had to do was destroy 20 models in a phase. So not quite close to that one. Nothing to put adaptive strategy on. Nothing needs to fall back and shoot. So I think we're good to move on to movement proper. And everything near a character, within 6 inches of a character, gets +1 to their move characteristic. I don't think I'm going to be moving the Doomstalkers too much. I'm going to run these Warriors. So they're going to advance. They currently move 7 because they're near a character. 2 characters that have Relentless March. Only one of them stack, though. They don't stack. But we do have Sudden Storm. So they're going to move 7 inches +2. They're going to go up to 9 inches because they Warriors, they fast. And I'm going to opt to not have these 3 go over. They're going to go up and around, so I don't have to suffer the -2 to the whole unit. We're going to march forward and take that formation there. We want to stay within 6 of the Technomancer, and I think the Technomancer is going to... I think I'm going to... It's tough because I'm on the objective over here. And would I rather just hit on 4s at high power or hit on 3s at low power? Probably 4s at high power, honestly. I could move the Technomancer over here, but then I sacrifice bringing back D3 Warriors, which I don't really care that much about, I guess. I'd rather this guy hit on 3. So we're going to advance the... We don't need to advance him. We're just going to move him through the breachable ruins. He's going to find a way to wiggle through, and he'll be within 6 of both of the Canoptic units with this control node. We're going to be a little aggressive with our command barge because we want to fire the Gauss Cannon on him. Just moving to there, just jumping over the Doomstalkers, who I would like to keep still. And then we're going to advance the Reanimator. Oh, sorry, the Reanimators are supposed to be targeting that's the command phase thing. The Reanimator is going to target those Warriors. This Reanimator is going to target those Warriors before they move. And then we're going to advance him an extra 5, plus, well, he gets the additional movement for the Sudden Storm as well. Reanimator is going to move 4 inches there. And then we still have 8 inches of movement. So we still have 10 inches of movement. We're going to go over that for -2. We're just going to end up going over there. We've exposed it, but, I mean, he's already doing his little beam thing. If he wants to die, he can die now. Monolith is not near the Royal Warden, so I only move 8 with the Monolith. But 8 inches is going to take, let's see if I can't move this thing. Whoa, it's going to go, already measure to about there. And we'll take his freaking 2 wounds with him, I guess. Over here, the Immortals are going to poke their ugly heads out. They're going to move their, only 5 because no characters nearby them, forward over here. Taking up that position. We're going to go ahead and run the Warriors over here now. They are near a character. who is going to provide Sudden Storm and Relentless March, so they get to move 7. Plus 5, they go up to 12 inches. Fast boys, going that away, I think. Surge forward. We're going to run the Reanimator, but realistically, he's going to keep doing that. I knew the Monolith had a purpose. Royal Warden can't quite clear the drops. We're going to go there and get Oh, he wouldn't be Lookout Cert up there. I'm going to have to advance him just to get him down. An extra 6? Oh, heck yeah. So that would be an extra inch to get down there. So he has 5 more inches of movement. So he'll, boof. With that, the monster moves 13 inches because he has a Sudden Storm active. I think I'm done moving. So we are on to shooting because we got nothing fancy to do. And again, I got to remember, I must kill one of your vehicles while it suffers a wound from 3 different units of mine. So I'm thinking like they'll shoot it, the warriors will shoot it, maybe hopefully do damage, and then the monolith just finishes it off. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get back to that. This Doomstalker is going to power up its gigantic cannon, which is a Doomsday Blaster. I'm going to fire down the table at that Repulsor Executioner on the objective there. Is you want a smoke screen or
yes,
no?
I think I will smoke screen because I can't save, and I know how dicey Doomsday Cannons can be. So with a little luck, I'm hoping the smoke screen will protect me.
All right. Well, with the smoke screen, that'll be -1 to hit. I get +1 to hit, so we're back to hitting on 4s. That puts the Firekeepers down to 7 command points. So let's see. D6 shots, very random. Hate this gun, but love it at the same time. That's 3. Sure, I'll never complain about 3. Hitting on 4s. Ooh, that's interesting. These are 3s to wound, and I get to reroll 1 because I'm Caesarican. Oh, wow. Okay, well, Caesarican, and I guess I'll command point 1 as well. There we go. It's no save. It's AP 5, and it's going to be 3 damage. Oof.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll take it.
That's fair. Why, Games Workshop? Why don't you make my guns D3+3 like everything else? 13 wounds remaining. We're going to fire the smoke screen's kind of a nuisance there. But no, I think I want to go for the land speeder now. So we're going to fire this one at the land speeder. See what that can accomplish. D6 shots. Oh, 6 shots at that land speeder.
Not looking good.
These are 3s to hit. There was a single 3 there. These are 3s to wound because it is at least toughness 6, I imagine.
It's toughness 6.
Yeah. 3s. I'll reroll 1 because I'm Caesarican. No save against that. And it's going to be 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
That's more than its 10 wounds.
He's only got 10 wounds?
I believe so.
Well, let's see if it explodes from the hit on a 6. No, not quite. We do destroy it, though. That was not a unit being wounded by 3 different models. So we're going to move on to the next Doomstalker, who honestly kind of wants to fire at the Intercessors. Because that Repulsor at -1, not ideal. Doesn't seem super valuable. You know what? I'm going to fire at the Intercessors. Why not?
At the Intercessors?
At the Intercessors. We don't like them. Is there anything you can... Oh, you can transhuman
I might.
I guess I could. You're right. I guess I should consider that.
They're my Lookout Sir, also.
That's true.
So I'm tempted, and I think I will. Unfortunately, they're more than 5, so I believe it's 2 command points.
I might not do it because I forgot about transhuman. Let me consider that. What do I want to fire at with you? Because I was thinking the blast would be nice because it would hit most of them.
It's true.
It's a good target. No, I'm going to go for the Repulsor. You're right. I'd rather go for the Repulsor. D6 shots. Okay, we got 3 shots in the end. Anyways, these are hitting on 4s because of +1, -1. Well, they all hit. And 3s to wound with the Caesarican trait. 3 of them wound. No save.
No save.
And that's going to be, oh, not a lot. 4, 7 damage in total. None of the flayers were in range. That's why I didn't fire any of them. Okay, well, we got him down to, was it 6 wounds?
6.
6 wounds? We'll try the Gauss Cannon. You never know. We could get lucky with that. It hits on 3s because of the smoke. We miss once. And these are strength 5, so these wound on 5s. We're Caesarican, though. We get to reroll. Oh, it helps. It's AP 3.
So I have a 6 up save.
6 up save.
Nope.
It's only D3 damage. 1 damage.
All right.
That's all the firepower I have.
Necrons, though. I mean,
they're not in range. They're only 12-inch range.
Oh, only 12.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got a little baby range. And then the Royal Warden had to advance to get into that position, so no firing from him. I mean, I'm not upset. I'm happy I killed the land speeder and blew that guy, or beat that guy up quite a bit. We are going to come over to here, though. We want to see... You know what? We're going to start with these Immortals. They're going to put their shots into the land speeder. One of them is in rapid fire range, so it'll be 11 shots on 3s, right? There should be no negatives. We miss with 2. And then these are strength 5, so wounding on 5s. We get to reroll 1 of these, because same Caesarican trait. 2 wounds at AP 2. That's 1 damage each.
2, so looking for 5s.
1 damage!
1 damage is sustained.
So unfortunately, the Warriors are not in range. We do have the Monolith, though. I would love to get, like, it's so random, but the death rays are so much damage they could pop the repulsor. So I'm very tempted just to go for that, because that's a lot of firepower on the warriors. The warriors, I think, are going to be my saving grace over here, not so much the monolith. So I'm going to check some of the profiles here. I might just put all the shots at that repulsor.
It's like it never pays off.
It never does. And it's a lesson that everyone should learn. Never split fire. If you want a target to kill, just go for it and kill it. But I'm gonna split fire anyways because it's fun. Why not? The monolith survived. He's gonna go out in a reign of glory. He's gonna put his 4 death rays into the repulsor, and then the particle whip is going to try and fire at the land speeder, because they wound the land speeder on 2s and would wound that on 3s. I know I have to put, if I want to kill that repulsor, I know I got to put everything into it, but I could get lucky with the death rays. Everyone's probably saying, Luca, why? I say back to you, why not? Death rays into repulsor, 3s. Only 2 hit. Ooh, that's bad. He's living. He's gonna live. These are 3s to wound. I will reroll this. So 2 at -3.
6 up saves.
Oh,
I make one.
Absolutely good. That is 4 damage. And then the D6 from the particle whip. 3 shots. These hit on 3s. Oh, I've already used my reroll. These wound on 2s, and these are -3 as well. So I believe 6 ups.
Looking for 6s for the speeder? Nope.
And that's 6 damage. I need one more of those to go through to get him. I wouldn't have killed either. Well, I mean, I guess I would have killed him had I think I would have killed him. I don't know. Actually, yeah, if I put all the shots into him, he would have died. But I was thinking about putting all the shots in him. So in the end, it doesn't matter. I got some damage here and there. And that there, folks, is the end of my shooting phase. And
oh, sorry.
I was going to say, that should be the end of my turn. I don't think I score anything either. This is the end of the battle round. The end of battle round scoring, I don't get nothing. I needed to kill a vehicle with 3 different units shooting at it. That wasn't really going to happen. It was kind of weird split firing. I'd rather just kind of go for important targets to take out while I could. The other one was take that objective from Kyfer, and that wasn't going to happen. And then the other one was have one of my characters kill one of your characters. I believe something like that. That wasn't going to happen either. So all of those objectives on my end are scrapped. Now for my opponent over here, you do get 5 points for holding that objective at the end of the battle round. And I believe that's it.
I think you're correct.
Yes.
Pretty low scoring round.
Absolutely. So we're going to scrap our tactical objectives now, and we're going to draw new ones. But whoever has the most objectives gets to draw a 4th one, but in this case we both have 3. I got this one. I got the 3 on my side. And then the Salamanders, or the Firekeepers, have all 3 as well. So we just both generate 3. The new protocol. Undying Legions. Boom, 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 boom. I am Caesaric, and I get both of the directives here. So if I'm within 6 inches of a character and I living metal, I get 2 wounds back instead of 1. And if I do reanimation protocol rolls, I get to reroll one of the failed dice. The Salamanders go back up to 8 command points. I should also note that the Salamanders, Firekeepers have 5 victory points, and we're on turn 2. Let me go over the objectives that I generated for this battle round. I have to expel my opponents at the end of the battle round. If there are 2 of the 4 table quarters divided like a plus sign that don't have enemy units wholly within them, I'll get 5 victory points. I must do a savage duel. One of my characters must cause a wound or kill the enemy warlord for 5 victory points at the end of any phase. And the last one I generated for this battle round, I didn't do any command points to change these up. I got crippling blow. So at the end of any phase, if any of my attacks cause an enemy vehicle or monster to lose a bracket, then I get 5 victory points at the end of that phase. And then for Kyfer, he kept Crushing Strike, which is 66. Normally you get rid of your objectives every battle round, but you can spend a command point to keep one that you had the previous turn and not generate a new tactical objective. So only generated 2 tactical objectives. Crushing Strike, again, is to have one of the Firekeeper vehicles, or monsters, but vehicles, kill one of my units. So I got a monolith with 2 wounds left over here. So that is a primo target.
Exactly.
That's an easy 5 victory points at the end of a phase.
So I'm down to 6 victory points. Or sorry.
So you'd be at 6, but you're about to gain 1 and go up to 7.
Got it. Okay. The other 2 objectives I rolled for were Driving Rush, which is to get a unit within your deployment zone, I believe.
Right. If we got Reavers, that's easy enough to do because there's a big opening over here.
They have to be outside of engagement range.
That should be easy.
So,
enough, yeah.
But I believe it's squared at the end of the battle round, so you'll have a choice to make whether you want to
Correct, yeah. So
give them attention or not.
I could try to deny that one if I wanted to.
And the other one is to get my warlord in the center of the battlefield, which I don't think I'm going to, because there's a lot of danger in the center of the battlefield.
Center of the battlefield is like, it's around here, so anything within 6 inches at that point on that side of the battlefield or on this side of the battlefield or over here, that would all count. But I would understand if you want to avoid that objective for now. Another reason to avoid that is because that would put his warlord out in the open for one of my characters to go and do some damage to him to get myself 5 victory points. So as much as you're not gaining yourself 5 victory points, you're actually also denying me 5. So it's like a net, it's like a nothing. We both just have 2 tactical objectives this turn, essentially. Now you actually gain your command point going up to 7. So I showed 8 earlier. Technically, down to 7 is what it actually is. Because we forgot that you have to do the tactical objectives at the start of the battle rounds.
All right, so we're going to start movement on the Hammer Strike Storm Speeder.
He's a little hurt, not quite in his last bracket.
Yeah, so he still moves 12 inches, which is pretty good.
Quick.
Yeah, so he's going to shift on over here. I want to position him this way.
Staying outside of 6 of the monolith in case it goes sky high, which it could, on 6.
Hellblaster's inside, disembarked, and now the repulsor is going to move its 10 inches. Just try to create a bit of a blockade from this Silver Tide.
Oh yeah. And the Hellblasters reposition a little bit to get better line of sight to shoot down at the warriors.
Repulsor Executioner's Herden. He's going to move only 5 inches because he's on his second bracket, so he's going to just try and claim a bit more of the objective as best he can. Intercessors in the Ruin aren't going to move because I want them to remain stationary for their bolter discipline.
Absolutely.
The captain and lieutenant actually will come into the ruins. The captain moves 12, which is more than enough.
Yeah, he could actually go up to the second level if he wants to, I suppose.
He'll be in the bottom level.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'll
up there.
Yeah, stick him out here.
Looks cool, shooting through the window. I get that. And then the heavy intercessors?
Heavy intercessors will just move 5. I debated keeping them hidden, but I kind of want to leverage their firepower against the Necron warriors.
They're unstoppable, man. Don't even bother trying, please.
At the end of my movement phase, the Reavers have descended on their grav chutes into the back corner of your deployment zone. It denies you an objective, one of your tactical objectives, and is required for one of mine, so it made good sense. Right. I'm hoping these barricades make the charge harder, potentially.
Right.
I think best case scenario, or worst case scenario, at least we're both
not getting points.
Both not getting points, right? Yeah. Even if they're wiped. And at the end of my movement phase, I'll spend 1 command point for Relentless Determination to give my repulsor the capacity to operate at top bracket.
So it's not hitting on 4s now, it'll be hitting on 3s. And that's just 1 command point. That's Salamander specific, if anyone's curious. It's not Power of the Machine Spirit, it's the Relentless Determination. Down to 6. And that's important to note because that one doesn't affect the movement. It still has to do the slow movement, but it gets to fight at full strength.
Okay, so starting at the shooting phase, we have the Storm Speeder Hammer Strike. Melt a Destroyer, Hammer Strike missiles into the monolith. I'm hoping to score my objective.
Should. If he does as well as he did last time, it should be no problem.
It should. He's hitting on 4s though. And the Crack Storm Grenade Launchers, Assault 2, are going to go into them.
Alrighty. Alright, so what are we starting with? Melta?
Melta, yeah.
Right.
So Melta Destroyer, 3 shots hitting on 4s.
We dodge. Okay, well the 4s didn't matter, just a couple 1s though. And this is 3s to him because it's a Melta weapon.
But we're in Tactical Doctrine.
Yes.
So is it...
Because it's 4s normally.
4s normally. No,
yes.
you were correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So winning on 4s.
3s.
Sorry, 3s.
Salamander trait, maybe?
Yes, I would like to.
Absolutely. Oof, that's -4.
Yes, -4.
6 plus. Oh my goodness!
He does it.
We still have the missiles though.
It's getting dicey. Okay, hitting on 4s. 1.
1 hit.
Wounding on 4s.
Ooh.
Does not.
He's used the Salamander trait, so he survives the land speeder.
And we have the 2 crack grenades into them.
Couple 4s to hit. Ooh, both hit.
Those hit.
Ooh, absolutely. He's
Last one 6 yet, so winning on 3s.
I am only T5.
And these are AP -2 now because we're in the Tactical Doctrine.
I'm gonna put on these 2 over here who have cover. And -2 you said, eh? So 4-ups on them. I make 1 fail 1, and that's it for his shot, so you would die if you're gonna take a buddy with you apparently. And then on a 5-up, reanimate. We do not, that's a 3. So he's
okay.
Dead.
Moving on to the repulsor here. To try and make up for this guy's inability to slay the monolith, we're going to put all 4 last cannon shots into the monolith.
Fair.
Hopefully it results in more than 2 damage.
I hope so too.
And all the smaller weapons are going to go into these guys here.
Alrighty then. Oh, we start with the big boys?
Yes.
Makes sense?
So hitting on 3s.
We have...
Okay, never mind.
Would you like to command point one of those?
I don't think so, no.
No? You think fate is sealed?
Yeah, I think the fate is sealed.
Oh no! Come on, 4 misses. One of the... Oh.
I don't feel good about the command reroll.
Do you want to hypothetically? Nah, don't hypothetically. Don't hypothetically do one either. Okay. All the other fire, we have the 3 storm bolters, 2 frag storms on the top of the turret there, and the stubber into the Necron warriors.
Yes, so we'll start with the stubber. It's 4 shots, hitting on 3s.
Nice, they all hit.
All hit, strength 4, toughness 4. So wounding on 4s.
3 wounding hits, and these are AP 1 now because it's heavy. I got 3 guys in cover here, so I'll just start taking saves on them. Back to 4-ups. Okay, 2 of them are dead. And I only got 1 guy really left in cover. Maybe a 3rd guy. Nah, just 1 more guy there. And the rest of the shots.
3 storm bolters in rapid fire range.
Oh, yes.
So we got 12 shots, hitting on 3s. It's 4, so we're wounded on 4s.
Alrighty, and these are AP 1 because tactical.
Eggs.
It's 4 saves there, 1 at a time on the cover guy. He's got 4-ups. He tanks 2 of them and then dies, and then a 5-up. So 2 die. So you are in cover, and we'll say that you can die as well. Then we have the frag assault launchers, which are automatic 12 shots because blast.
So hitting on 3s.
Okay, about half hit.
Yeah. 4s. Sorry, and these are wounding on 4s.
We have 3 wounding hits. These are all AP 1 because they are assault. So just 5-ups. Make 1 fail 2. Well, it sounds like... I'm just trying to look at the auras here, and it should be safe to pull these 2. Should be. That should be it for its fire. We are missing 6 warriors. Well, 6 warriors were felled by the firepower into them, but they are currently being beamed by homie here. So 4-ups to stand back up. We're rerolling the 1. Okay, 2 die. 4 stand back up though. 3 that died in cover are going to reanimate there, and I'm just going to put 1 forward, Necron warrior. All right, through much contemplation, we've decided the incinerators or the assault hellblasters are going to fire at the monolith to try and take it out.
Yeah, there's no other option. We must slay it for our objective.
Oh, it has to be one of your vehicles that does it.
Oh, God.
That's the best. I figured we were like, yeah, that's
Oh,
that.
God.
Yeah, it must be a vehicle that kills them for the points. So like the points are kind of scuffed. I won't lie. Unless that repulsor could save you, the executioner could save you still. As long as he kills 1 unit, you get your 5 points. But that's what you have to rely on. Now these guys here, this thing dying is still a pretty big deal because that's still a lot of firepower that is on this side. Without him, I lose a lot of firepower on this side. So we're still at the same target, no supercharging.
Just 15 shots, going for chip damage. So hitting on 3s.
3s hit. They all have line of sight through one form or another. We have, about a 3rd miss, 1 more than there should be. These are 5s to wound with no save because they're AP 5 in this doctrine. So we have 1.
And a Salamander's reroll.
Ah, got him! There you go. The Salamander reroll kicked in. Does he explode? Oh, he does explode as well. Ooh, very good, because that hits both of these units over here. I was debating on getting him within 6 for the double living metal, but I was like, no, I don't think I will risk that. These guys should be too far away to get hit by it. So let's see. My Reanimator will suffer 1 mortal wound. He's Caesarican, so he takes the mortal wound. The Warriors will suffer 2 mortal wounds. They're Caesarican, so they take none. And the Monolith is dead. I don't think anyone's surprised. Nice. All right, what's next?
I think we're going to move to the repulsor.
Ooh, he's
Heavy laser,
yeah.
heavy laser destroyer, and I think the heavy bolters are going to go into this guy because he's easier to kill than them.
He has no real save.
Yeah, less wounds and no save, no invulnerable save at least. So I'll declare the shots like that, and everything else that's small arms fire is going to go into the Necron warriors.
Alrighty.
So a heavy laser destroyer hitting on 2s because of Aquilon optics into the Reanimator.
Both hit?
Both hit.
Don't need the optics at all.
Strength 10?
So
I think it's strength 12 actually.
These are 2s to wound then, because there's no more than T6.
I'll double check if it comes up.
Ooh, would you like to use a Salamander reroll?
I will use a Salamander reroll. Okay.
2 wounds, no save. Just the laser going right through.
So D3 plus 3.
That's good. Oh, he's dead. Crazy dead. I don't think they explode, but I'm going to roll anyways. So just the lasers, boom, right through him. 2nd shot, just he explodes, and he is out of here. And then that is 5 victory points at the end of the phase. I'm just going to tally that up there, because that was one of the Firekeeper vehicles completely destroying one of my units. So the Gatling cannon now into them.
Yes, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s because strength 6.
Absolutely. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's a cluster of fails there. That's why it looks bad. So it's still 5 saves. AP. These are heavy, so it's AP 1.
Exactly.
I do have about 5 of them in cover for the building here, so I'm going to start doing saves on them, starting from the back here, working my way forward. So these are 4-up saves again. Okay, make every single one. Nice.
Next is the Twin Icarus Heavy Stubbers. They're not flying, so we're hitting on 4s. On 4s, okay.
Fours. We got 2. AP 1, same idea.
AP 1.
I make 1 fail once, that's you die.
2 Storm Bolters, not in rapid fire range.
Okay.
So we're hitting on 3s.
Oh, very good.
All hit, strength 4, wounding on 4s.
And these are AP 1 now, so there's 1 here. We've already used the reroll, that's right.
Yep.
And I fail the save because it's AP 1. Oops, so you die. And then we have the Frag Storm, which should be 12 shots because there's 2 of them.
That Frag Storm assault grenade launchers.
3s to hit the Warriors. Only 4 misses, that's average. Never complain about the average. These are going to be 4s to wound as well. None of these are Melta or Flamers, so no bonuses there. We have a wound. All right, AP 1, 4-up save, we make it. Is that it for his firing?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
So those 2
That's
Warriors
it.
could reanimate on 4 pluses, rerolling ones. But we have Undying Legions active, so we get to reroll 1 failed as well, so let's reroll both of them. 1 stands back. Not 4s, it's 5s, because the Reanimator's dead. So 1 does stand back up. And we're going to put that 1 right here. Why not? Boom. I'm just going to stand him up where he died, just to get the extra cover guy. It might be important.
Moving on to the Intercessors. We've remained stationary, so they're going to get their full Bolter Discipline effects to get both shots on the rapid fire, even though they're not in rapid fire range. And it's all going into the Warriors, but I want to spend a 1 command point for a Crucible of Battle to add 1 to wound rolls.
Absolutely. This is their veteran.
Yeah,
is that 1
it's 1 command point. It's a really, really good stratagem. Only for core units, but this is my gambit. I'm hoping, because of my Captain Lieutenant nearby, it'll do some work.
Yeah, all right, let's see. 3s to hit.
3s.
We're rolling any 1s. We have A1 to reroll. Boop. Were you firing were you firing the grenade launcher with one of them?
Oh, just all bolters.
All bolters? Gotcha,
Yeah.
okay.
And these are wounding on 3s.
We're rolling 1s because Lieutenant nearby.
Yes, and 1 for Salamander.
That's right, throw that in there as well, why not? Boom. All right, it helped 3 more wounding hits, and these are all AP2.
Correct.
That's 5, 10, I believe. I have 3 of them in cover for those shots, so of these 10 in the pool, I might as well do those 3 at a time. AP2, so we're looking at 5-up saves. Okay, actually 2 of them save, so there's only 2 left. Boop, 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 5 ups. Okay, they tank it as well. 1 more tanks it. There's only 1 guy left, so two of those 3 have died. And K, now he's dead, and then we have a 6-up save, which we don't make. So 4 die to that volley, but 3 of them must be from over here. Well, 3 of them must be the guys taking cover against those shots, and then the 4th guy will be from back here. Except for the shoes, so I guess I get to reanimate them now. 5 pluses, rerolling any 1s, and then 1 fail because of Undying Legion, so 2 stand back up of those, and we do have some. I'm gonna put them back. 2 of them, those 2 in cover, because those guys could fire again with the rapid fire stratagem. These 2 are dead, so we've lost 3 so far.
So Lieutenant firing into the Necron Wars with his relic Lament. It auto hits because of his Warlord trait.
Right.
We're checking to see if it wounds. It's strength 5.
And you get to reroll it if you want to. That's a wound.
And it's a wound, so they suffer a mortal wound.
In addition to the normal damage.
In addition to the normal damage.
It's minus 2 AP. I'm just gonna put it on that warrior back there. He's got a glorious 6-up save. Oh, he's dead, but there's a mortal wound as well, as it would the round will travel through another warrior, but they're Caesarican, and that's not gonna work out either. So he's shot. He kills 2. The mortal wound is part of an attack, so I do get to reanimate against it. I will reroll the 1 because they're warriors. It fails. So 1 guy stands back up, and we're gonna put you right here. Why not? Actually, we're probably gonna go over here. Got to stay coherent to those 2 models. We got a plan. Heavy Intercessor is firing next.
Yeah, they're going to fire into the Necron Warriors. We'll do the Heavy Bolter first.
Okay.
Sorry, 3 shots from the Heavy Bolter.
Are they within 6 of the captain?
No, I don't think so.
They all hit. The captain is too far away to support. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. 3s to wound, with an AP of 1 being the head. Do you want to reroll 1 of these? With the trait?
Yeah, for myself.
Yeah, sure, why not, right? Okay, so we got 2 wounding hits at AP1. I'm just going to put that on these warriors here in the back. 5 pluses. Take boom and boom. So they take heavy bolt rounds to the faces and die for now.
And the other 4 men in the squad aren't in rapid fire, so they're just gutting with their 4 shots on 3s.
Not bad, only a single miss.
And these are wounding on 3s because they're strength 5.
Are these assault?
No, they're rapid fire.
Rapid fire? Okay, sorry, the rapid fire, but they get the extra AP.
Correct.
How much AP is it then?
-2 in the tactical doctrine.
And that's a 6 of saves. That's going to be 2 basic warriors back here dying. Boop and boop. And that's it for their fire. So we have 4 reanimation protocol rolls to make. These are 5 pluses, rerolling 1s. But I get to reroll 1 additional one. Oh, it didn't help. Only 1 stands back up there. So we're going to have you go probably not going to really benefit me too much. Let's go put you over here in cover. Keep it coherent. So we are not going to rapid fire from the Marines, trying to conserve command points for more defensive actions on my turn. Or throughout the rest of the game, I should say. Just because it's hard to say because I got the orb here, which could reanimate a lot of the warriors, which I'm still probably going to do, even though I'm missing not as much as I was thinking I'd be missing. But I'm still missing enough to, I think, to justify using it. Because them rapid firing into them would, well, I killed like what, 3 last time, so like you'd expect them to kill 3 to 5 again, which is not enough to kill the whole unit. Oh, I got lucky. I made a lot of cover saves on them over there. No charging from the Salamanders, or I should say the Firekeepers here. Potential charge over here, deciding not to. And you didn't want to fire the Reavers because you didn't want to risk me reanimating a little bit closer?
Yeah, I think I've noticed a trend with how that works.
Okay, safe bet. I like it. Now, to reminder on the score, Kyfer got the 5 points at the end of the phase for destroying one of my units with one of his vehicles. That's one of his 2 done. That's one he held from last turn. Currently working on having a unit behind enemy lines. And we're definitely foregoing keeping your warlord in the middle. So the hope is that I do not engage them, nor do I wipe them out. But it is absolutely my goal to wipe them out because I need to keep the Firekeepers out of 2 of the table quarters, and that's the easiest unit to do it to. So I would need these immortals to kind of carry me pretty hard in this corner. So we'll see what they can do on my turn. All right, before I go deep into my turn, I should probably remember I owe Kyfer morale here. I did lose 7 of my Necron warriors. So on a 1 to 3, I am fine. We're good. That is a 9. Blessed leadership 10. Living metals are going to trigger first. This guy will just heal back up to full. I don't think I have any other living metals to worry about. And as a reminder for people on my objectives, I'm trying to get 2 table quarters cleared. I said it earlier, I know, but I want to kill them off, get them out of there. I need to cause a wound to the Firekeeper Warlord who is in that building with one of my characters. That's not going to happen. And unless I kill all the guys providing him Lookoser, then I could shoot him with my character. That's something. I could consider that. That might be some points. I guess, like, I should go... It's weird because, like, I want to kill that thing, but I also want the victory points, so it's hard to say. Then my last one I'm trying to do is bracket a vehicle. So that one won't count because that would just be... Oh, I guess if I do 1 damage to it, I bracket it.
That's true.
I'd rather kill it.
And this is at its top still.
It's top bracket? Okay, so I ideally would love to kill all 3 of them, but then I'm denying myself victory points by doing that. Well, I'll contemplate all that later. I'm going to go into the command phase where we are going to have the reanimator target those warriors with his beam, so it gets to reanimate at 1 better. We are going to have the Overlord give these guys +1 to hit with My Will Be Done, because it's the only real target nearby. And we are going to crack his Orb of Eternity. Resurrecting, arcing energy will come out of that orb in his hand right there. And it's going to start hitting all the Necron warriors nearby, all the corpses, and I'm going to start standing back up. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. We're missing 9 of them. With the Orb of Eternity, it adds +1 to their roll. If I had the Reanimator still alive, it would have been a 3+ rerolling ones, which is neat. But unfortunately, that got felled. And I don't blame Kyfer. It's a good call. So these are going to be 4-ups, rerolling 1s, and 1 single die because Undying Legions are active. So 4s, we have those 5 stand back up, and I'm going to take that, and get 1 more back. So 6 out of the 9s. I'm only missing 3 of the warriors. Boom, Necron shenanigans. We're going to have 3 reanimate up there, and we're going to have these 3 create a triangle around that guy, keeping the coherency going, but getting them within 6 inches of my Technomancer, who can use reanimation protocols? He could target a core unit, bring a model back, or warriors brings back D3. 3, back up to 20. Oh no. It's called the Rites of Reanimation. And then bloop, bloop, bloop. Somewhere around there. That's it for command phase stuff. We're going to go on to movement. We're going to come to this hot mess later. We're going to just basic moves over here. They're going to move 5 in this direction. They got to deal with these Reavers. And that's where they end up. I'm going to expect to do most of the damage with guns. The Reanimator is going to move next, up to the Ruined Rhino. And then the Necron Warrior is going to move forward there 6, because they're near a Warden. Alright, they're going to end there. Got to figure out what to do with all of them. I know the Doomstalkers and the Technomancer are probably not going to move. That's probably the last turn I'll use Rites of Reanimation, I think. I kind of need to get him going up there, and I might just forgo the +1 to hit him. So we are going to run the Technomancer, additional 4. The Technomancer is going to go forward, still staying within 6 of all the Doomstalkers. Next, we move the Warriors. They move 6. Royal Warden's going to move up to there. I need to consider that I'm leaving 2 objectives, and thus giving Kyfer 4 tactical objectives next turn, unless I move my Overlord on this, and then take that one away from you. So I think I'm going to try that, I guess. We'll have the Overlord zip on over to here, stand on that objective, and we'll just try and take that one from you, and then we'll see who's laughing, I guess. That should be it for movement. I'm going to fire with these Immortals first. There's 9 of them with Gauss Blasters into the Reavers. They do benefit from cover on some of these shots. I could Solar Pulse it, but I don't know if I want to do that over here. So I don't think I will. But I am going to use, I think it's Disintegration Capacity, Relentless Onslaught. So if a core infantry unit fires with a Gauss rapid fire weapon, 6s to hit cause an additional hit against the Reavers. No defensive tech on the Reavers here, no transhuman. Let's go. I gotta do that guy separate because he's within 3 of the obstacle. They wouldn't get the cover from his shots. He hits twice and he wounds twice, and you have 5 up saves against him. Yeah,
5s?
2 5s. I do 1 damage. Okay. And then the rest you will have 4 up saves against. So I'll do all of them, which are 3s. 6s are additional hits, though. So we got 2 additional hits. We'll just pull those and count the 2s as hits because I throw them in anyways. I'll reroll that one. 3s to wound. That was the drop die. And then I'll reroll because I'm Caesarican. Didn't help. There's 9 4-up saves. You could theoretically fail every single one of these and I kill the Reavers off. That's probably not gonna happen.
4s.
Does the cover protect? No cover really coming into play, but you do say 4 of them. So I kill 3 Reavers because there was a wound on one of them. 1, 2. And then I don't even know who the sergeant is.
Sergeant's this one.
That guy there. Okay.
Should be in the back though, if I was smart.
Oh, because you don't want to get charged, right?
Yeah, I don't want to get charged.
One of those 2 guys would still be there anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are going to go ahead and come to the Reanimator to fire at the Land Speeder with his Atomizers. We all love Atomizers. That is 2 Atomizer beams. They hit on 4s. All right, cool. Nice and average. Love it. These are strength 6, so they should be 4s to wound. Versus Erican, I guess. Okay, 1 wound at -2. Could it be? Could this be 5 victory points? No! Come on. I got to work harder at it. So the 6 in the back here for these Warriors are not, that one there and then the 5 behind them are not in range to fire at the Hellblasters. So those 6 are going to go into you. And hopefully... I'm actually going to put 1 into the Repulsor. I think 6 is going to kill it. I'm too afraid of 6 killing it. So I'm going to put 5 into it. And then 1 into the Repulsor. And then the others into the Hellblasters. So I'll start with the 5, and then the 1, and then I'll resolve the rest against the Hellblasters. Let's do that. Let's just do the 2 shots into the Repulsor. We hit him on 3s. Oh, nice. We both hit. Sick. Dope. We're not going to do the Caesarican trade here. We just have 1 wounded AP2 on that Repulsor.
Okay. Looking for 5s.
We do 1 whole damage. Good job, buddy. We're going to put the 5 of them now firing into the Land Speeder and pray to the Emperor. Or Caesarican, whatever, whoever you want to pray to. And then we don't kill it. Come on, 3s. No, we got, okay, that's averages. That's averages. We're good, we're good, we're good. These wound on 5s. That's 4 wounding hits. Oh gosh, don't die. If you die, I'll be so not happy. You got 4 5-up saves on him. Make 2 5-ups for me, my man.
Looking for 5s, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you. He's got 1 wound left. That is bless. Oh my gosh. I love Maelstrom Award. No, we could re-roll that, but Kyfer
feels dirty.
We did it! Our goal at the end of the phase, we're going to get a victory point because there's a crippling blow to that dumb thing. Then we have the other 12 firing into the Hellblasters. 24 shots into the Intercessors on 3s. Not a bad roll. I still haven't used the Caesarican reroll, so I'll definitely use it here. These guys get wounded on 3s. 3s to wound. Rerolling 1 of these fails. Oh, Mastercrafted weapon. Nope, not today. 12 5+ saving throws. Because of the AP on that. You save 5 of them? So 7 fails. That kills 3.5.
Yes, which ones? You're probably going for a charge.
True. I'll let you think about it. The Sergeant of the Hellblasters goes down. I forgot there was infiltrators over there. I just can't, you know what? That building blocks them perfectly. I just have no idea they're over there. Oof. Wow, whatever. I got to kill the Hellblasters off anyways. All right, so they're done fired. And then I have to figure out all this hot mess.
And you have the tools to do
I
it.
got the tools to kill that repulsor. It's got, what, 5 wounds left?
Yes.
We'll start with 1 Doomsday. Right at it. Do you want to pop smoke or no? It'll go down to 4.
Down to 4? No, I don't think so.
No smoke?
No.
Just let the dice decide.
Yep.
It's gonna be 2 shots. That's tempting to re-roll that, but I can just re-roll that damage, I guess. I'll just take it. 3s to hit. They both hit, and these are 3s to wound. They both wound, no save, and it is 9 damage. Okay.
That'll do it.
What did I roll to hit? Was it 4 pluses? Because I don't think the smoke would have mattered. I gotta double check. I'm curious. I always like to try and keep track of that stuff.
Explodes on a 6.
Does it go sky high? Not
Close
quite.
call though. Could be
Gotta
close.
Disembark its contents. Then you can remove the vehicle now. And then the 3 who disembark, we get to roll for them on 1.
Or I guess that's not good positioning, right? Because then they're not within 3.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, I guess they do have to be wholly within 3. The 1 might not have been. I didn't realize. And then
Okay.
I need 1s. They do die. Probably not. No, they're all good.
Luckily.
They all get out before this thing suffers cataclysmic damage. Let's try and do a little trick before we move on to these next 2 Doomstalkers. That Royal Warden is going to fire into the intercessors in the building with a Strength 5 AP2 2 damage gun. Would you like to transhuman them?
I think I'm not going to. Because
Okay.
I think you want me to bait. I think you're baiting the stratagem.
100%. I'm trying to bait out the
Right?
stratagem on this one. Maybe
And-
I'll get a free damage off.
Because of their size, they're 2 command points of transhuman versus 1 for the aggressors who are more valuable
Right.
in your upcoming charge phase.
100%. So it's
So-
like, I'm trying to figure out where the transhuman wants to go, and then these are going to go elsewhere. That's my hope.
I'm not going to transhuman them. It's a damage 2 weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't rapid fire range. I'm going to throw a solar pulse at them. From somewhere comes the solar pulse, illuminates the whole building. You do not get a benefit from cover. Would you like to transhuman them now, or no, you don't care?
Sorry, it's AP2 base.
It's AP2 base, yeah.
So they're saving on 5s. And how many shots?
4. On 3s to hit, 3s to wound, rolling 1 of the wound rolls.
No, we'll keep it. We'll keep
All right,
it.
I'm down to 3 command points with the solar pulse. 3s to hit. Okay, we have a miss. These are 3s to wound. Oh, triple one, Caesarican. Okay, we got a wound at -2. 1 single 5-up save.
5 up.
We kill 1 Marine. Hey, now the transhuman's cheaper on them.
No, there's 7. So it's
Is there 7? Oh, never mind then. Okay.
it's an awkward number. I'm sorry.
I guess
think this
7
guy-
because of points, I assume then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Necron Warriors. We're going to fire everything they can into the aggressors. Except these 2 in the back don't have range on them.
Everything they can.
So it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 18, as I thought, into the aggressors. They're hitting on 2s right now because of my will be done.
Right. I may
Pop a couple strats.
pop a couple strats that I've been saving. I think I'll spend 2 command points for unyielding in the face of the foe and stand your ground. Both 1 command point and both increase the save
By 1 against 1 damage.
by
weapon.
1 against 1 damage
'Cause
weapons.
One's like the Gravis one.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
and one's a Salamander's one for
Exactly.
not advancing.
Right, and then do you want a transhuman or no? It just reduces my wound rolls by 1, but it could matter. I'm not too sure. It's hard to say.
It could matter. I'm toughness 5, so
Yeah.
wounding on 5s.
Oh wait, no, sorry, no transhuman. You don't need to. You're T5. You're fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to at all. You can do 18 twice because that's a lot of dice. 2s to hit. No rerolling 1s. We have 17 hits on the first one, and these are wounding on 4s because Gravis armor making them T5. And I might as well just re-roll 1 of these. Didn't help. That's my Caesarican reroll. So we have 5, 6, 7. That was a 4. So 7 wounds on the first volley. Second volley, that was 2s to hit. This time we have a couple more misses. And then these wound on 4, so that's 7 plus, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17 saves. But you're pretty much ignoring their AP completely. So 3-up saves, because you get +2 to your save, and you ignore my AP, and then my AP's only 2. All right, 3 pluses.
Looking for 3s.
That's 1 dead. And that's it. I killed
And a
1.
wound.
That's just 1. So 1 dies and 1 takes wound down to 2. Not bad. Good survivability. Because he would have died otherwise, right? It looks like he would. Yeah, they definitely would have died. 100%. Take the guy in the back, 2 wounds on the guy in the front.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. They all survived. One guy kind of fell over a wee bit. Let's see what this Gauss Cannon can do. I'm going to forego the victory points against the captain because the transhuman's still available on the intercessor, so I can't quite get to him this turn. We have 3 shots with the Gauss Cannon into the aggressors. Would you like to transhuman to strength 6?
So now it would begin to...
Because these are all D3 damage, so I don't believe those 2 strats have worked against this shot.
I think a lot hinges on
these aggressors
these aggressors living, so I think I'm going to spend the 1 command point for a transhuman.
All right, so 1 CP on transhuman, that brings you down to 2. These hit on 2s. They all hit, and these only wound on 4s now. Okay, and then the reroll says Erican. So 3 go through at -3, so 6 up saves.
3 looking for 6s.
Make 1. So the first one is 3 damage, and then the second one is 3 damage.
Oh, that's, yeah.
They get Ghost Cannoned.
What can you do about that, right?
Okay, well...
If it, however it falls, how it falls, right?
Yeah, we got these 2 Doomstalkers still. That's a lot of potential firepower iffy on it here. Because of the... I could go for the heavy intercessors. It's not a bad target, but I could deal with them later. I think I want to try and take out the intercessors up there. So we're going to... While they're still 6, we're going to fire a Doomsday Blaster at them. D6 shots. 5 shots against them. Hitting them on 3s, and they're currently affected by Solar Pulse. So they are not receiving the benefits of the light cover in there. So these are 3s to hit. Oh, I got a couple misses. And these are 2s to wound because it's from 10. And I will reroll the 1 because there's Caesarican. Still 1. -4. And then they're D6 damage. So it kills 1. Kills... Oh, it doesn't. It only kills 1. Well, 1 guy takes a wound.
Or actually, maybe someone up here has to take a wound because of coherency.
Oh, they're 5. They should be pretty flexible now.
Okay.
Well, we have 1 more to go. Those guys down there are a pretty big threat. But those guys are annoying. We've got the captain. I can't get the captain, so I'm going to go for the heavy intercessors down the table. We're going to fire a blaster down the table and see if we can get there. We have 2 shots. I've only got 3 command points left, to re-roll that. I will command point it. Watch me get 1. I got 2 shots. All right. 3 to hit because the Technomancer and 2 to wound. Oh, we got 1 wounding hit. Should be no save. It kills 1. 1 guy gets hit by the blaster.
Who to remove? Probably keep the heavy bolter. One of this.
Gotcha. All right, that should be it for shooting. We have some charging to resolve now, though. I don't think I kind of want to charge over here.
Oh, I think you control the objective if you do.
Yeah,
that's the move.
That's the move for sure. Yeah. Give me more objectives on this turn. We're gonna definitely. We'll come back to that one. We're definitely gonna charge here into the Reavers because I need to try and deny you points if possible because you are taking the lead in victory points right now. Oh, I forgot. I got at the end of the shooting phase. I do get 5 victory points because I delivered a crippling blow to the speeder. No Overwatch here. They're gonna charge 7 inches.
Ooh, that's enough.
They're in this corner. I have to somehow deal 4 wounds to them. I'm iffy on it. Then over to here, we do have some charges to declare with these warriors. Not loving too much of this. I want to get the Hellblasters. But we're going to declare just the 2 vehicles as charge targets. Actually, the Repulsor could Overwatch me pretty nasty. It's this vehicle here.
Just that one?
Just that one there.
Okay.
Would you like to Overwatch?
No.
They're going to charge. Double 1s! Well, it's a good thing I only declared that vehicle. Charge like that. We are going to stay further back because I want to keep them within 12 of the Royal Warden. He's got the Thrall of the Silent King Warlord trait, so if I need to, I don't think I will adapt a strategy over here. It could pop up. We're going to roll up a charge on the Reanimator here against the Speeder as well. 7? That should be good. Use that just to bloop right up there and get him with his big old claws and try and beat him up. And then over here, these Necron Warriors are going to declare a charge against the Intercessors. Would you like to Overwatch?
I will not.
All right. Charge! Oh! That one I will command point reroll, because this is an important charge. I have nothing that lets them... I don't have no Chronomancer. A 4. Ooh, that actually still might fail. What's with these charges? I'm done on 1 command point. Yeah, that is just within 5, so he's going to end up something like that, just to get within an inch. I mean, I guess that gets me the object. Doesn't really get me a lot of attacks against them, but I mean, that's okay, I guess. That is okay. What a horrible mess warriors are. There we go. They end up charging there. That should conclude my charges. I am going to fight first over here on this side of the table. And they're going to pile in and try and gang up on these Reavers and, I don't know, kill them, I guess. But, like, the difficulty of that is quite evident and it's not going to happen.
You're fighting with no AP, right?
No AP over here, yeah.
Okay, there's a chance.
And I can't give them AP either. So, like, they have 2 attacks, so they got a lot of attacks. And they're strength 4. I could make them 5. which I probably will do. You know, they're all swinging. That's 9 of them going in. And I will pop a command point on disruption fields, making them strength 5. I assume you want to try and boost their save by 1. Make it a 2-up? Maybe not. I'll let you think about it. You know what? I thought I had 2. I forgot I just rerolled that double 1. I am not going to spend that command point. I am much happier just hanging on to that. If I don't kill him, whatever. Okay, so no CPs defensively, no CPs offensively. These are 3s to hit because they're still immortals. They do get 2 attacks each now, which is nice. A nice change for them. I'm strength 4. I'm having a hard time getting the dice here. 4s to wound, and I'm Caesarican, so I'll reroll 1 of those. I only got 3 wounding hits, so 3-up saves on them. They cannot die, at least. 3-ups. Nothing.
Oh,
very good. All right. Then I will. I assume I assume you don't want a counteroffensive over here.
That is an interesting proposition.
No counteroffensive, so I'm just going to continue the roll going over here. I'll go with you piling in and around. No, we're just going to keep you right over here because I don't know what that means, but you only hit on 4s with your pitiful amount of attacks. 4 attacks with his limbs on 4s. I got 3 hits. 5s to wound. He's only strength 5. We are Caesarican, so that will become 1 wounding hit at -2. Does he find the perfect place to puncture a hole and destroy this vehicle?
Sorry, you said 1?
Just 1 5-up save. No, not quite. All right, Necron Warriors' turn. They're going to pile in. Piling in, just tagging the repulsor, bringing it in, and we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacking the speeder, but that is there. We got 4, 9, 3s to hit because they got no bonus. Oh, they all hit. These are 5s to wound. Okay. All right, that's the Caesarican reroll. We have 6 saves on them. 6 wounding hits with their weird axe flares. Okay, he takes 4 damage.
That's enough.
Does he explode? Kaboom! Does the axe do it? No, not quite. It just disables it, I guess, and kills the Marines inside. And we lose. Is it normal head? I've never seen with the antennas on the back like that.
No, that's converted.
That's cool.
I quite like
I like it too.
the result.
And then they consolidate after striking their foe down. And then we're going to pile in over here. Got to reach across the table and see how many attacks I don't get against the Salamanders in the building. Piling in. I want to keep coherency back for lookout series on the characters. 5 of them are able to attack the Salamanders. Firekeepers. 2s to hit because of my will be done. Didn't quite matter. 4s to wound because we're a Necron warrior. We are mighty. 4 wounding hits. No AP.
Looking for 3s.
We do, well, no damage. You're
Can't see
A-okay.
that one. Oh,
Power,
nice.
yeah, 3. Yeah, you're good.
Perfect.
Power armor holds. And then you get to fight back. I have no more fights to do, so we can start wherever you want. You got Repulsor. You got them. You got them.
Probably start with the Reavers.
Oh, Reavers, heck yeah. They got combat blades and they are charged, so they got shock assault active. These are hitting on 3s. We got, oh, not bad pair of misses. And then these, what do the combat knives do? Extra attack?
Extra attack.
Nice, okay.
So they're still strength 4.
Are they AP? Did they ever get AP on these?
No.
Oh, of course. You get to reroll 1 to your Salamander.
Yep.
Boom. More.
Nope.
A successor of them. 3 wounds. 3-up saves on the Immortals. Oh, wow. You strike 2 down. That's it for their attack, so I'll lose you and I'll lose you. Actually, I'll lose. That doesn't matter. Reanimate. Never mind. They're just going to step back up where they were.
Rats.
Rats, indeed. Because of Shock Assault, we have 7 attacks on the Firekeeper Repulsor. 6s? We got a hit.
We got a hit.
Nice.
So wounding on 2s.
Strength 8. That's a wounding hit. Well, I got a 4-up save against that, I guess. I'll put it on you right there. Boom. Does your armor persist? Do you reanimate? Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna,
Rats. Okay.
I guess actually I'll reanimate him over here. Keep him within 2 of that guy. And then we have the intercessors here. No real reason to pile them in because we know that the guys on the 2nd floor there could just get into combat, so we just keep them up there. We pile them in a little bit just to get more of them on the objective in case they do big old damage here. That's a power fist on the sergeant, right?
Yes.
Nice. Charge first.
Hitting on 4s.
4s? Oh, power fist, of course.
But
Yeah.
re-rolling the
Capitaine.
for the captain.
Ooh, very nice. 3 hits. And these are 2s to crush Necron skulls. That's 3 wounding hits. -3, so no save. Let's go with dead, and dead, I guess, because we've got that coherency going still. And then the rest of the unit.
Good old fist attacks. Hitting on 3s.
Oh, wow. Captain, though.
1s to re-roll here.
Rerolling the 1s. 1 more hit. 4s to wound. Rerolling all of those 1s because the lieutenant's also right there on the bottom level.
And for Salamanders.
Oh, and the Salamander, that's true. Oh, wow, they all wound now. Nice. So we have 5 wounds. 4-up save on a Necron warrior. We pass 2. 3 will die. So for those 3, let's do 1. I know it's gonna mess up coherence, but I can fix that. 1, and then, I don't know, 2, 3, I guess? 2, 3, I guess? There we go. 6 Necron warriors died. They are gonna stand back up on 5s. Rerolling 1s. We have 1 standing back up. We get to reroll 1 for the Undying Legion still active. Ooh, 3, 4 of them stand. Only 2 die to that. They're unstoppable!
Oh, it's tough, man.
They're unstoppable. Let's reanimate you, coherent, over there. And then I get to put these 3 back. The 1 standing up over there, and then we put 3 on the objective, just to swarm it with more reanimating Necron bodies. That'll conclude the fight phase. We're gonna go into morale. I have to do mine. I only lost 2 Necron warriors there. I didn't really lose any over there. I didn't lose any immortals, so I don't have to do any morale, but there are some potential Firekeeper morales to take here. Where would you like to start?
I'll start the Reavers.
All right, so the Reavers are leadership 8 because their sergeant is still alive. So that's 3 models, so on a 6, they flee. They're good, nice.
Okay, and the Hellblasters, they lost their sergeant.
Right, so they're leadership
5.
7. Ah, they would have ran with the sergeant.
Yeah.
So the wounded guy is running, I guess. And then on a 1, because of They Shall Know No Fear, that guy would run as well. No, he's sticking around. So for end of battle round scoring, I did not cause a wound with a character to your warlord. You did not get your warlord in the center of the battlefield. Those are gone. They're scratched off. We're not getting those again. Over here, you did not get a unit non-engaged in my territory at the end of the battle round. I did not have 2 table quarters empty or vacant of Firekeeper units. I only have the 1. So neither of us get points for that either. I did get my 5 points this battle round for bracketing at a vehicle. And you got points for killing a unit with a vehicle, which was my reanimator. So we both kind of got 5. So the score is 10-5 at the end of the 3rd battle round. We're going, oh, sorry, 2nd battle round. We're going on to the 3rd one. We're going to generate new points. We generated our tactical objectives. We got applied tactics for the Firekeepers here. This is a one where a unit that has been affected by a stratagem in this turn completely destroys an enemy unit. You'll gain 5 victory points at the end of that phase that happens. So any stratagem that would affect that unit, like repulsion drives that falls back, shoots, kills like all the warriors, for example. We also used the command point here on standing orders because we generated a territorial tactical objective. We didn't like that one because it was very difficult, and we changed it to the top category there, which is take it back. Take control of an objective that an opponent controlled that turn. So this is what we're looking at here. If we can get these warriors off of this objective, that'll be worth 8 victory points because that's the first tactical objective of that category. The first ones are always worth 8, but a little more difficult typically. The final one for the Firekeepers is Dominate. You must have units wholly within 3 of the table quarters of the 4 and not be engaged by enemies at the end of the battle round. That one will be very difficult.
Yeah,
but
I think that one's nearly impossible.
It's definitely it's the nature of Maelstrom. It's often like could technically do it, but a lot of counterplay to whoever goes second for that one. And then for my tactical objectives, the Firekeepers hold 2 objectives, and I hold 3 right now. So I do hold more, which means I do get to generate 4 of them, and those 4. Take it back is one of them, so I got the exact same ones as the Firekeepers here, where I have to control an objective that the Firekeepers controlled, so like that one there, or that one over there. We have Driving Rush, which is what the Firekeepers had last turn. I have to get one of my units wholly within the Firekeeper territory, or deployment zone, without being engaged. That one's simply territory, so not deployment zone for that one. It wouldn't matter, that would have been irrelevant for them. They still would have been technically in the territory. But I don't have to get to the deployment zone for that one. Unfortunately, I do have the one where I need to get 2 of my units wholly within the Firekeeper deployment zone at the end of the battle round. And my 4th one is Storm the Line. I have to control objective marker number 5 in my opponent's territory, which I already do, but I score that at the end of the battle round. So if they can all persist, live against the odds, then I will get the points for that. And we're on to Salamander's turn 3 proper now command phase. Spent 1 command point to acquire the Take It Back tactical objective, so we're going to go back up to 2 for the Salamanders. And we're on to movement. To give you an idea of the score and the current command points.
So starting with the movement phase here with the repulsor, it's fallen back and just pivoted so that I'm within 18 inches to put the full complement of its firepower into this unit. The repulsor has a stratagem, I think, called Grav Pulse, which will allow it to fall back and shoot.
Right. It does like one of two things. It's -2 to charge rolls if it's declared as a target, or it can fall back and shoot.
Right.
Yeah. That brings you down
Because, as you mentioned in the battle round opener, everything's kind of hinging on this for me and for you, too.
Exactly. There's a lot of value on this warrior unit. And that brings you down to 1 command point.
Just going to move within the 6 inches here, just slightly to reposition ever so closer to the objective.
And stay away from the repulsor.
Just inch a little bit further away.
I should note my command protocol for the 3rd turn is Undying Legions again, because of the Triarch's will on my Warlord. His Warlord trait lets me take the same command protocol for 2 turns in a row. And I just want to be durable forever.
The intercessors here in combat are actually going to fall back, just to ensure that the repulsor can shoot in.
Correct, yeah. That repulsor's got a pretty big weight to carry.
It does.
He's got to kill,
It does.
I think, like 18 Necron warriors or something. There's no reanimator on them, so there's that. And there's no more orbs nearby, and the Technomancer is too far away. So, I mean, any damage done here will probably be lasting. Well, I mean, it should be lasting. We have the heavy intercessors to help pump some shots into the side of them, too. So that's where the intercessors end up. And then the captain and the lieutenant have repositioned to jump in a charge if they need to. Shooting phase, because there's no psychic powers, we are going to quickly resolve the Reavers firing their pistols into the Immortals.
Hitting on 3s.
We got a hit.
A hit, and wounding on 4s, right?
Should be
toughness.
They're T5 on
Oh,
them.
so then 5s. So all artisan reroll?
Yeah. Artisan, no. No, they hold on. I have no pistols in my army. All right, where are we firing?
Repulsor. I've elected not to shoot into the Necron warriors because I find you're just getting free movement. Right?
I'm manipulating the movement too much.
Yes, so I think at this stage, this objective is my #1 priority, at least for the objectives I have for this round. So
right. Just worry about
just
that.
everything's going into the Necron warriors. Last cannons, last talons.
Into him or no?
No, he's not important.
Okay.
He's not important.
That's right. That is important.
I'm going here.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
best of luck. Bring it on. What are we firing? It doesn't really matter what you fire
We do
first.
last cannons first.
All right, lots of them hitting on 3s. He's not bracketed, is he?
No.
No, okay, they all crack hits off then. These are 2s to wound. And those are 4 wounding hits. Very nice. AP good enough to make it so I don't get a save, so that's going to kill.
They're -3.
Yeah, there's 4 of them dead. I guess I would have 6-up saves on the guys in cover, but I'd rather take those against shots like those over there, where I will actually get a little bit of benefit out of that. So 4 dead, eh? So I'm going to take you because you're not in cover. That's 1. And then we'll say 2, 3. And these guys are technically in cover, but I'm going to take you. No, I'm going to do a save on that guy. Maybe he'll save it. I'll 6-up because he's on the other side of the vehicle. Ah, he dies. 4. Blam. So those 4 dead. Nice. 12 shots from the frag assault.
Hitting on 3s.
No rerolls available. And then wounding on 4s. 3 of them. AP 1 because we're in the relevant doctrine.
That is true.
I'm going to put it on those 2 guys there because they're on the objective. They have cover. And it doesn't help either of them. They're both dead. Rip.
Heavy stubber going in, hitting on 3s.
Okay,
All hit.
Ooh, and these are 4s. I guess we could have done these at the same time as the storm bolters.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's all good. It doesn't really matter. It's 2 more wounding hits. Did you want to reroll one of those because you're an artisan? It doesn't really, because you just have the storm bolters left.
Yeah,
You might as well roll.
reuse it.
So 3 saves instead. And no more guys in cover, so I'm going to put that on you there. And then I'll go you and you. Right? Yeah, those 3 there. So I make 1 save and 2 of them die. So go you die. I know I'm breaking coherency, but I'm going to take a lot more shots still from the heavy intercessors.
Storm bolters not in rapid fire are hitting on 3s.
Okay.
Wounding on 4s.
P1, I'm going to put those on guys in cover. I guess I could put the other ones on guys in cover as well. I'll make both of them. All right. Is that it for his firing?
That is. Now reanimate and let's see what you do.
Let's witness more pain. So we get to reroll all 1s and 1 additional die. So 4 of them are standing back up. We roll the 1 and the 4. Nothing. So 4 are dead for good. The 4 stand back up. So these 4 I'm going to re-put on the unit, try and fix coherency, and then those 4 are dead for good. Some of the fallen warriors are just stood back up. I got 1 more guy on cover, and then I put a couple more on the objective. Next up is we have some guys over there, and the heavy intercessors and the characters.
I think the heavy intercessors.
All right. Well, they didn't move. They got bolt weapons.
Yep.
So
We'll start with the heavy bolter.
All right.
All going into the warriors.
Absolutely.
Hitting on 3s.
Oh, boo.
Wounding on 3s.
That is a wound. AP 1, so I'll put on a cover guy in the building. We pass.
Rapid fire on 3.
What is the profile of that gun actually? Strength 5, I assume.
Strength 5, AP 1 without doctrines, 1 damage.
Okay.
So we have 6 shots because they stood still. Hitting on 3s.
Good roll. 1 miss.
And these are wounding on 3s because they're strength 5.
All right. Reroll 1 if you want to. Reroll 1 of
No,
those.
might as well, you're right.
So 4 saves. These are AP 2. I'm going to put them in cover guys. They have 5 up save. I lose 2 of them. Oh, we're going to lose you. We're going to lose you. And then that's it for their fire. Reanimate. Reroll both of those because of Undying Legion. Nah, they're both dead.
Captain will throw a frag grenade.
Get
So
6
it's
on
blast,
that.
so
Hit
it's
6 hits.
6 shots, hitting on 2s.
Captain misses once.
He misses once.
Almost a perfect hit.
And we're wounding on 5s, I think.
Yes.
Strength 3.
So I've got 2 saves. I got a couple. I'll put on 2 guys in cover because they have to take it. 1 dies. Now let's go see if he reanimates. He does. We're gonna pull, I guess, you, but we're gonna reanimate you over here.
The lieutenant. Next will.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Next is the lieutenant shooting in his relic. So it auto hits.
Auto hits with
And
1
we're
shot.
wounding on 3s, rerolling for salamanders.
Hey.
And it's successful, so it's a mortal wound.
What's the AP again?
-2.
I'll put on the cover guy, which I actually pass. But there's a mortal wound that zips through one of their heads, and I'm Caesarican, but I don't pass that. It is an attack, which I reanimate. I guess.
Oh man.
I don't know. Like it's
Man.
like I don't know what's going on.
So good.
It's like way too effective right now.
You know. So I think at this juncture, I've elected not to shoot into this Necron group here with the infiltrators or the remaining Hellblaster, just because I don't want to feed any more movement over here. They have a stronger reanimation protocol because of the reanimator. And I was less hesitant on the objective I was going for because of, well, they're lacking the reanimator and all my Maelstrom objectives are pushing me towards this.
Yes, exactly. And like, it is a small amount of firepower. You could probably kill about 4 of the warriors. I'd probably end up pulling these 4 because I don't think I need to be near the warden. And then they could just stand up over here, and that's potentially like, if 2 stand back up, right? That's 8 more shots, or sorry, 4 more shots on those intercessors or the primaries. I don't know. It's hard to gauge. Like, humming and hawing about it for a while, and this is the one thing that I'm not too like. And I know a lot of commenters are going to leave comments saying like, "Well, reanimation protocol should only be standing back up where they belong." I'm like, I kind of agree. I'd like it to be that way, but at the same time, that's like the one thing Necrons have got going for them. So I don't know. It's like I'm on the fence about it.
So onto the charge phase.
Yeah,
Given the state of the game,
it's looking suspicious.
it's looking suspiciously frail over here for the Firekeepers. I think even if I had the attacks and I could fight with everything, and my characters went in to support, they would just be at the whim of your shooting on your next turn. Like, I think, regardless of how it goes, I think I'm gonna get tabled next turn. Unless the Doomsday is like whiff.
That's the thing about them, right?
Yeah.
You can never rely on these guys. Yeah. They are I hate them, but I say that as much as they've been nothing but carrying me the whole game. Obviously, they made all their saves. They killed anything they looked at. That's not the normal case for them.
Yeah.
And you know what? If the game ends early, it's literally the turn before they start whiffing for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they just as easily could roll 1 shot and miss.
That's
with
it.
all of them.
That's it. Just
It's bonkers.
I cannot stand them.
So I've decided to
But they look cool.
basically go down swinging. I'm going to charge my characters into these warriors.
It's the Firekeeper way.
Yeah, it's the objective we were told to go after, so we're going to die for it.
Absolutely. So who's going in?
We'll charge with the lieutenant first.
In he goes. He'll go 6. That's
We'll go
definitely
6,
good enough.
that's enough. And over here with the captain.
Do you ever make him a chapter master of it?
I have a chapter master model for the Firekeepers.
Cool. What's he equipped with?
The chapter master?
Yeah, I'm curious.
He's Gravis, like the classic Gravis loadout is usually how I run him.
Okay, like the fist and sword?
Actually, no, sorry, the new Gravis loadout is how I run him.
With the sword? Oh, shield and sword?
With the sword and the bolt rifle.
Yeah.
But I have him converted with a melta-gun.
Oh.
So he's like
that's cool.
Very, I don't know, thematically unique.
I like it.
Anyways, I think both units are charged in.
Yeah, throw them in wherever you like.
So we'll probably dramatically fight like this.
Boom.
And then the lieutenant will help over here.
Boom. All right. Well, you may fight first with whomever you want over here.
Sure, let's count out the dice and get it all ready. First.
Lieutenant first!
Yes, the lieutenant will swing in. He's hitting on 2s.
Watch him kill so many warriors. No, that's not gonna matter. Yeah, he won't kill enough. I'm like, watch him just wipe out all 5.
Strength 4.
So 4 to wound. With a reroll. And 1 reroll. Does he have a weapon or is he just like a dagger?
He's just
like
bare bones.
Bare bones, seriously?
Fisticuffs, yeah.
These are no AP then, because we are still on the 3rd turn, which is tactical. I assume you, wait, I didn't ask, did you want to go assault?
No, I just...
Stay tactical?
Yeah,
okay. So we are going to pass 2 of them. And then that's the end of his attack, so I guess we'll lose the one guy near the captain. Reanimate? He does. I think that was, I'm going to double check the clip, because it bounced off that one, and I can't tell which one it was, because if it was that one I failed, but I think I passed.
It's going to be that mission, okay?
Yeah, so the lieutenant takes this guy out with the butt of his rifle, but he stands back up. You know what? Yeah, I'll just reanimate him right there for the people. Boom. He stands right back there. The captain can... I want the captain. I see, like, the nasty part of me just like, all right, he dies. The captain's got to get closer to attack so I could gun him down. But I won't do it. I won't do it. Here you go. Boom. All right.
I think he's exposed either way.
He's exposed kind of either way, yeah. So it's one of those, like, without having to measure, like, he probably has to get a little bit closer. But anyways, we'll keep him there.
Yeah.
And let's make it the mission to kill that one warrior.
I think so. And here's what I'll do. I'll do you one better, Luca.
Okay.
I'll spend my last command point on strength of the Primarch.
What does that do?
So that wound rolls of 6 do double damage. The Drake Smiter hammer already adds 3 on wound rolls of 6. And I want to see if this warrior can reanimate after getting hit by a 9 damage hammer.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see. Let's see. He's got 6 attacks?
Yeah, 4 attacks base, 1 for shock assault, and another for his warlord trait.
9 damage hammers.
So hitting on 3s.
No, 2s. And 2s to crush, because it's strength 9.
Yeah, wounding on 2s, 6s are big.
Oh, 9 damage!
So we got the 6.
Does he reanimate the 9 damage? No, he doesn't. We have Undying Legion. I want to reanimate that one. I don't. He dies.
Good.
And then,
that's all I wanted.
And then he just cleaves through 3 more, because the AP on that is 4, right? I believe you said, right?
Yeah, it's big AP on the relic.
Big AP on the relic. So these are reanimates. I've already used my... Oh, he kills 3 more. He just crushes 4 Necrons. So he'll kill that Necron. That Necron. How many models do you have on the objective? 4? And I have...
Yeah, I have 4.
4, so I gotta lose these 2, because I can't lose those 6.
Oh, I think you'll just fall back anyways, right?
I will, yeah, I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah, so...
Boom, consolidating!
Consolidated.
Hello. Because he is ever impetuous right now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little frustrated with what's
He'll die for this objective, you see. These are the orders from, the High Command, right?
High Command, absolutely. So, this objective is more important than anything he could possibly imagine. That is going to bring it to morale, though, because, no, we got fighting. I forgot about the corner fight. Epic corner fight. I got 9 fighting the Reavers. Hitting on 3s with the Immortals. Strength 4. 4 is to hurt. We are Caesarican. Mastercrafted butt end of gun. So we have 5 wounding hits.
Saving on 3s.
I do damage.
You do a damage.
This is going to be slow. Sergeant will suffer the wound. How many immortals can the Reavers kill?
Right. These are combat knife attacks.
3s, 1 miss. Oh, not bad. 5s to wound because I am T5. Rerolling 1 of them. 2 wounds. 3 up saves. Fail 1. That immortal will die. Unless he is dead. No, he is dead for good. I guess I get to fight back because you did consolidate back into me. Sure. Yeah, if I wanted to pile in, I would have had to keep the coherency there. I actually kind of messed up by pulling a few of the models there. But I guess we could have fixed that before. So we have 6 attacks back at the Firekeepers. And 2s to hit, because they have Might Will Be Done. That is 4 wounding hits against your 2+ save.
4 2-ups.
No damage.
No damage.
And that's it. We're on to morale. I don't think you have to do any for your turn.
No, I'm all good for morale on this end.
I owe you a big old stinky morale over here. I have 8 warriors left, and I believe I lost over 10. Right, yeah, they're only sticking around on a 1. So a 2. We are going to lose... lose you, I guess. And then I have to roll 7 dice to see how many more, not run away, but kind of like collapse from all the damage. Like, as much as they reanimated, maybe they didn't reanimate so good. You guys know what I'm saying? Wow, 4 more go away. And that there, folks, is the definition of a twist, because the Firekeepers, through the heroic charge of the captain, actually forced morale on the warriors, and forced it bad enough that their 4 models, we both have OBSEC on the objective, beat my 3. That's a heck of a thing right there. And take it back is worth 8 victory points at the end of the player turn if you take control of an objective that your opponent had controlled that turn. Very good. You're at 18 victory points. And to note out, applied tactics. Funny enough, putting that stratagem on the captain could have made him qualify for applied tactics because that's a stratagem applied to him, and then he could have killed the unit. Didn't quite get there, but we do miss out on applied tactics. And I mean, technically, you have my turn to do it as well, but there's no CPs left for the Salamanders or the Firekeepers. And the last one is to have 3 table quarters with your units wholly within them and not engagement range. So unfortunately, these guys are heavily caught up and they're stuck over there. So we're going to go into my turn 3, and we're going to see what I can do. We go up to 2 command points, and the current score is 18-5, but I'm going to try my best to get some points here. To give you an idea of what I'm trying to do, I have to take an objective that the Firekeepers controlled at the beginning of my turn. And I also have to control objective 2, or in this case 5, in my opponent's territory. And then I have to have a unit in my opponent's territory that is not engaged. So let me tell you, all of that is right here. The last one is have 2 of my units inside of the Firekeepers deployment zone. That one's not going to happen. Again, the territory is the half of the table. So I am going to do adaptive strategy on those warriors. They're able to fall back, shoot, and charge. We're going to do wave of command on these warriors if they're in range. If not, we're going to do to those warriors. I'm going to go double check it. It does have a longer range because he's on a barge. It must go on those warriors. These warriors are too far away. They're within 12 of the Royal Warden, but that's about it. We're going to focus the reanimation beam on those warriors to keep them at a 4+. And the Technomancer has nothing to do rights of reanimation on. I believe I'm done the command phase. I got my command point as well. We still have Undying Legion active. There's no living metals to heal. So we're going to go into movement, where we're going to use adaptive strategy to fall these guys back from combat and stay on the objective. If I can take this objective back, which actually might be difficult, I have to kill... You have 4 models on it, so I have to kill 2 of the models on the objective to take it back. That's the position I want the warriors in. I want to stay away from the heroic intervention, because he does currently maybe have Lookout Sir. He's within 3 of the intercessors, but there might not be anything close. They're closer for this guy over here, so I'll have to take care of those guys too. But more importantly, I got to focus over here. I got to get those intercessors out of here. Necron Overlord is going to take this opportunity. He sees an opening. He's going to jump into this combat if possible. The Royal Warden is going to get into rapid fire range. He's going to do like some shifty stuff. Actually, no, he's just going to move right up to them. Why not? They get Lookout Sir. They might as well be safe. That should conclude movement over here. I think I'm just going to keep the Technomancer back here. He's got the Voltaic Staff, which is great, but I'd be giving up... I'm going to move him to here to see if I can get within 6 of them, and then just keep him back there, and then still take some shots at them down there. I have to give up 2 with them with +1 hits, so I just don't think that's worth giving up for the Voltaic Staff, unfortunately. I took it as more of a defensive weapon in case things were going to put pressure on them, but I was able to, like, the warriors keep pushing down the line, as warriors do. We are going to move over here now, and the warriors get to move a grand total of 5 inches. And that's where the warriors move. Some of them burst through the building, other ones are going to try and shoot through this crevice here to pick off targets and slowly kill off Firekeepers. Because I had a narrative in my head for this game, and it was more or less like, because the Silent King's return, he does try and make treaties. He has bigger issues at hand than war with the Imperium. So he's been trying to make treaties with the Imperium, except he sent this Overlord to go do it. Or the Pharaon of this dynasty sent this Overlord to go do it, and he was a little too arrogant and proud, and it didn't work out, to say the least. Okay, it's time to shoot guns. I got a whole grand total of 2 command points to consider while shooting said guns. There's still 6 and just 5 intercessors now, eh?
No blast for you.
No blast for me. So, let's just start with the warriors. They're gonna fire. They're able to fire after falling back because of the adaptive strategy. It's gonna be 6 shots into the intercessors in the back, and 2s because of my will be done.
There's no -1 for that, eh? From their shooting, fall back and shoot.
No, that's it. This is the free. Like the Royal Warden is so key for a warrior build.
Pretty good.
Reroll a 1. There we go. 6 wounding hits at AP2.
Oh, 6 hits. All right.
There's 3 warriors. 3 warriors doing this.
All right. Looking for 5s.
I killed the 1 wounded guy, and then I killed another guy, and then 1 guy has to take a wound.
Oh, I don't want... Oh, crap. Yeah, so them off the objective.
Kill that guy, yeah. Oh, that guy would have had cover, though. We probably... That 4 could have saved it. I'm okay to say one guy doesn't take a wound. That's just the easiest way to do it. That will negate 1 damage. We'll say that 4 was on the guy in cover. I was thinking of a complex way of doing it, and I realized I actually don't care. Let's just say you that 4 would have been his. So you still lose 2 guys, you just don't take the wound. That's it, simple as. Royal Warden's just going to fire at them next anyway, so that 1 wound there wouldn't have mattered. Assuming this Royal Warden does any damage. Hitting on 3s, and wounding on 3s. 3 wounding hits, AP 2. 2 damage each. We still have the guy in cover if you want to do 4-up saves on him.
Yep.
So he tanks the first one. He dies to the second one.
Okay.
And then we have... Ooh, that would be the Power Fist or the guy on the objective giving you OBSEC on the objective.
But you already have OBSEC and more numbers.
Do I have more numbers now?
Is he count or is he?
He'll count. He'll count if you charge. No, he's on it right now. I'm gonna charge with him though for something dramatic, so he might die to the Warlord. I don't know. He does count. I do have more models. As of right now, if I don't charge, but you have Hero Convention, so I have to do something about that captain. Or else he might beat me up bad. We'll lose him, but we just have the Sergeant left.
Usually, you know?
Right, something like that. Let's do the Gauss Cannon into the... let's get rid of that Sergeant, Intercessor Sergeant. 3 shots. Hitting on 2s because he's an Overlord. And Caesarican. So 3 wounding hits at AP 3.
Ooh, 3s looking for 6s.
So he will die. He
Yes.
is dead. That is triple D3 damage. That guy is grossly overkilled. And then we have a couple characters left on the objective. Now, I have the opportunity to bathe that Firekeeper captain in 3 Doomsday Blasters. We were talking about off camera, something kind of amusing about that. Or I could try to challenge him in an honorable duel, which I will probably lose. But, knowing Necron characters, he'd rather go into the duel, specifically. So it's tough. It's a tough call. You know what? I'm going to go for the duel, even though I think it's a stupid idea. I'm going to do it anyways. It's fun. There's something glorious about the idea of these 3 gigantic guns just hammering him into nothing. But we're not going to do that. We're going to clean up some of them. We're just going to kill some of the stuff off to the sides. With Doomsday Blaster number 1, shooting at them. I can see the 2 on the left, so we're going D6 shots into them. 2! Well, I guess I'll take it. We have a hit and a wound. Mine is good. So no save, it'll be 5 damage.
Yeah, that'll remove 1.
That will kill one of them for sure. We're gonna have the second one fire into them, D6 shots. 5, well, that's a lot better than 2. And 3's to hit. Ooh, there we go. That's the 2 more saves, no save though. So that kills 1, that just does 1 damage. So I kill 1 more and I do a damage. Boop. We got the Sergeant and the Heavy Bolter left. And that brings us to the last Doomstalker. Now I actually can't see the lieutenant in the building because the wall is protecting him. So I really only have 1 target. It's the captain. I'm going to go for it and see what happens. 4 shots on him. He's probably fine. 3's to hit. Okay. 2's to wound him. 3 invulnerable saves on him.
3 4-ups.
The shield's up, Captain. Shield's up. Okay, well, my man, you failed 3 of them.
I have no CPs, so it doesn't matter.
First one. 1 damage, okay. 7 damage, and 11. He takes 11 damage from
I
that.
believe a jump pack captain has 5 wounds.
I believe he does as well. So I unfortunately...
Yes, I will remove him from the battlefield.
Well, I guess that leaves the Overlord to challenge the other character, honorably, and all that good stuff. We're going to come over to here, to the Reanimator. He's going to take some shots at the Repulsor, I guess, with his Atomizer. We hit on 4s, and we wound on 5s. With a reroll, no damage. Okay, so for the Warriors, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the building here. They can fire at the Infiltrators. And then only these 3 can see the Infiltrators. And then the rest that I can see are going to have to go for that Plasma guy. Like through the crack. The rest, they cannot see through the building though. Only these ones can see through the building because they're on it. So those 3, plus the 6 in the building and the Infiltrators, these 3 have line of sight and range to the Plasma Hellblaster. And then these 5 have no other target but the Repulsor. Repulsor, 3's to hit him. Couple misses. 5's to wound him. I'm not going to reroll any of these. 3 wounding hits at -2.
3 5-up saves.
I do 2 whole damage to it. Huzzah.
Tick, still at the top bracket, I believe.
These are shots into the Infiltrators on 3s. And these wound them on 3s. I'll reroll one of these because why not? Okay, it didn't help. That's okay. We have 5 10 wounding hits at -2.
5 5-up saves.
There will be 5 more because there's 10 of them. Helix Adept will ignore the first one, so that's 3 damage there.
And the remaining 5.
3 more damage. Okay, so I do 6 damage in total, which kills 3 of the infiltrators off, leaving the sergeant and another one onto the objective. And then I have 6 shots from 3 Reapers into the remaining Hellblaster. 3 shots into them, a couple misses. I've already used my reroll, so just 2 wounding hits. -2. 2 holes.
3 and -2?
Just 2 of them. 5 pluses. Oh no.
No, he's down.
Boom. That's going to bring it to charging. We'll go with our Overlord, declaring charge against the Lieutenant. Hooah! 9. And with a charge like that, and we're going to go ahead and just seal the deal. We're going to go ahead and charge the infiltrators over here and the repulsor. Why not? Charging! Big distance, 9. I don't want to win the models. That's where they'll end up busting through walls, challenging the infiltrators, and a few of them just getting caught up with the repulsor. I have no other charges. We're just going to fight first here. We're going to try and beat up some of these guys here. Why not? 8 attacking the infiltrators, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacking the repulsor. Repulsor, 3s to hit. The poor repulsor. It's T8, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right, 6 to wound it. Wow, what a surprise, nothing. Into the infiltrator, 3s to hit him. And 4s to wound. We're going to reroll one of these. So we have 5 wounds on the infiltrators. No AP on that.
Saving on 3s.
I kill both of them. Okay, you just don't want to make a single save.
Not at all.
They've given up. The Firekeepers have given up. And then go ahead and you can attack back with the repulsor. Since I've got no more fights to do over here, might as well resolve it. Still in his top bracket, he's got 7 attacks.
7 attacks, hitting on 6s.
You got 4 hits, sure.
4 hits? Yeah, that's how we do.
Is it? It's T8, strength 8, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
2s to wound with the reroll.
2s.
With that reroll.
With the reroll.
I think that was a 2. Yeah. We'll keep that. We'll keep that as a 5. So that's 4 wounding.
Yeah, okay.
4 wounding hits. 4 plus saves. That crushes 3 of them. I'll pull the 3 to the right, and no characters nearby, so 2 of them reanimate, 1 dies. Say that guy dies. Then it's going to go to the Overlord, attacking the Lieutenant to see if he can take him out. We have 4 attacks on 2s. We're strength 7 with a war size, so 3s to wound. We're going to reroll one of those. There we go, says Arrogance. So we got 2 that go through. -4, actually.
No save.
2 damage each, 4 damage. I don't think we kill him. I think he's got a wound left because he's
I
Primaris.
think he has a wound left.
Oh, you, sir, get to fight back.
Charge.
Yes.
Hitting on 2s, because he's a lieutenant.
All hit.
And strength 4, toughness 6.
5 or 6. So 5
5s.
Rerolling any of the fails. We have 2 wounding hits. I believe I have a 3 up. I say both. I at least have a 4 up. I technically would have fought first with the Reavers into the Immortals, and then the Immortals will fight back.
Combat knife attacks going in.
This fight will never end. Oh, wow. Okay, 3 hits.
3 hits only. I'm wounding on 5s.
Reroll one of those. That's a
1.
3 plus. We pass. And then I have 8 of them left to attack back because 1 died earlier. Immortals on 3s. Oh my. And then these wound on 4s. Yeah, reroll one of those. We have 4 wounding hits.
4 3-ups.
I did it. I killed 1.
You did it.
The sergeant has 1 remaining wound. Wow. That's it.
That's all he needs is 1 wound.
That's it. That's all that Reaver sergeant needs. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, after that, we got morale, and I don't think we actually have one to do. They only lost a couple models. They can't possibly fail. Mm-hmm. The lieutenant is kicking it with 1 wound still. But for scoring, we got a good way of getting me back in the game here. So I took that back for 8 victory points. That's also the objective I need to take in the opponent's territory. I also have a unit wholly within my opponent's territory while not being engaged, which is either the Warriors or that. So that's 18 victory points right there alone. And I obviously do not get the Maelstrom objective of having 2 of my units wholly within the Fire Seeker deployment zone. Firekeepers. So at the end of the 3rd battle round, I think I have those command points, so I don't really think I used any there. I have 23 victory points to 18. The Firekeeper forces have dwindled. There is simply a vehicle, a trapped Reaver, a pair of heavy intercessors, and 1 very weak lieutenant hanging out over there. There, I think we are going to throw in the towel and jump into a post-game to discuss this Maelstrom of Wargame.
Before you watch that post-game show, don't forget, we have another game in the MiniWarGaming Vault. It is Imperial Guard versus Thousand Suns. Soldiers versus Nerds. Old book versus new book. You can check the game out at the link below if you're a Vault member. If you're not, a Vault member. I'm not sure why you're not, but you can click on the link below and get a 7-day free trial. Check this game out as well as everything else we have in the Vault, because everything we do in pairs. That's like 2 times as much content. Go ahead, check that out, and then, enjoy the post game.
All right, folks, welcome to the post game. We're going to talk about the game Maelstrom of War, what we think about it, and just all that kind of general stuff. We're just going to like talk for a little bit, just kind of wind down, hang out after the game a little bit here. So, like, what did you think, Kyfer, of Maelstrom of War? Is this your first take at 9th edition with it?
Yes, this was my first 9th edition of Maelstrom of War. I think that it really needs the cards.
Oh, it's a lot smoother with the cards.
Yeah,
absolutely.
there's just a lot of bookkeeping, unfortunately, but
yes,
it does still have that random element that I do like for like a fun, just roll some dice kind of game.
Yes, you have the structure of match play, you have the balance built into the system where I do like how they have the objectives being placed now. I do like that they have the fixed deployments, it's clear what the territories are, and they do give a lot of bonuses to the player going second in the battle rounds because they do get to control over how the objectives are scored if the option is available for them to do so, obviously.
Absolutely. That became, I think,
huge.
Quite apparent.
Yeah.
And I think people who watch the game will definitely see that too. It snuck up on me, right?
Now, without a doubt, this is my first, this was my first Maelstrom of War 4 9th edition, but we did not technically play core rules because we didn't modify it. We were supposed to choose 3 of the categories of the 6. There are things like running around the map, taking quarters of the map, opponents' deployment zone, stuff like that, killing with vehicles or killing vehicles, characters doing cool things, and general objective controlling. It's kind of like you build your army, you look at what your army is good at doing, and then you look at the categories like, oh, I think my army could do these 3 categories well. So you're supposed to pick those 3 categories. And they did that at the end of 8th edition, in a way.
And that's for each player makes a selection of the 3?
Yes, exactly. That's how you're supposed to do it. Now, I opted to not suggesting doing that now because they went in that direction at the end of 8th edition. And I would like people's feedback who are watching from home, what they think about this. Because this is only my opinion, and I don't actually believe in it too strongly, but when 8th edition Maelstrom of War came out, it was very controlled. It was, okay, make a deck of 18 cards instead of 36. It was the same idea, almost. Except you had way more control in 8th edition because it was like, you would pick the exact 18 cards that you could all very easily do. In fact, knowing that, you could build a list that would do those 18 cards very well. So it quickly went from what Maelstrom was fundamentally to you pretty much just score your cards every single turn. Both players have a super high score, and it's not really that wacky or that zany. And that was fine. It was very controlled. It was a lot more balanced that way, right? It wasn't like super feel bad. And I looked at what they were doing with this edition's version. This is only the beta, mind you. But what they did is, I think they were smart. They kind of sprinkled random ones in all the categories that are like vaguely kill stuff, but then there's like control this objective or like do that. Things you might not want to do and you might not want to pick it, but you have to pick that entire category. And you'll have to resolve things from that entire category. So it is still kind of random. And maybe for my first time I should have played it out of the book, but I just really wanted that old experience where there was 36 objectives that either one of us could have drew and then would have had to do. There's definitely a couple times where we had an objective like, oh geez, I'm literally not gonna be able to do that. But it's technically possible, so you can't get rid of it, right? It's one of those. So like, I was to say, do you think you'd rather with the controlled 3 categories, or do you like the full 36, just whatever happens?
I like the 36. I think, though, you'd probably want to make a list knowing you're going to play the 36.
Yes, so like have things like Reavers who can do things like that. Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say I quite like the objectives that you mentioned that are a little bit more random, like get in the enemy's back table quarter and don't be within engagement range.
Right, things like that. If I had to remake this list, I would drop some points to make room for a couple of units of Scarabs that I know could just run to the back there to grab some behind enemy territory objectives and kind of force my opponent to be like, oh, I don't want to fight Scarabs, man. Okay, I'll go beat up some bugs, I guess, right? Things like that. Like,
right.
That's something to consider for, like, every army has things like that. Tyranids have Ripper Swarms, Space Marines have Reavers or like the Scout equivalents in the Infiltrators. And, Eldar have, like, lots of Eldar Scout stuff. Every army has options for that. Minus Custodians or Knights, I guess, but they're so quick they don't care to get around. But, I mean, that was, I liked it. I thought it was kind of cool. I like the dynamic scoring. I like the dynamic nature of it. Next time, I think I'll probably wait until I have cards. But who knows when that's going to be, right? These were beta rules in the February White Dwarf, and now we're in near September. So
fingers crossed, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah,
right?
like it could be. It could literally be whenever. It could be a random supplement they release. Like, okay, well, this is the feedback we got from it, so I guess these are the rules we're going to use. I expect them to change it a little bit. I think it's solid now, but I could see that they're taking it slow and they're like, well, you can play with this if you guys want, but this might not be the final iteration of it when it does come out.
Yeah, it'll likely be refined, and like you said, I would be absolutely down to play another round with cards or even like proxied cards, or just to streamline the experience a little bit.
Yeah, historically, Maelstrom of War has been my go-to format, like almost all the time. So there'd be some times where I'd have guests come in, I'd be a little disappointed, like I don't really like the random nature of Maelstrom. Like, oh no, I love it, it's so fun. But like, okay, well, whatever, we'll do Eternal War. Eternal War is fine too. I just didn't like the scoring of it back in 7th edition, because 8th edition was completely different. But 7th edition was you'd only score at the end of the game on turn 5. So it was very much just like hammer your opponent into the ground, and then walk on objectives on turn 5, 6, and 7 if they were around. I'm like, oh, like Eldar were so bad for that. Yeah. They just hide behind line of sight, shoot you with their scatter bikes, and then they could turbo boost 48 inches. So they just hide in the corner, shoot you all game, and then turbo boost across the table for all the objectives with their objective secured bikes.
Yeah. Quite a convenient play style.
Like, yeah, what a sort of like it was just so mindlessly easy. Oh man. That actually put a sour taste of Eternal War in my mouth. But then they came out with 8th edition's Eternal War, and they really refined it. It was scoring every turn, and it was really good. And then the ITC came out with a really good format as well for 8th edition. And then 9th edition came out with their scenarios, and I think those are perfect, the Eternal War missions. They're very cold and calculated, mind you. And you don't always want to play that kind of Warhammer 40k.
Exactly.
So that's Opal War is an option with the cards. Those are fun. But yet I find you have to be in the right mood for those, because you could get screwed by those, right? And that's okay, that's fine. Sometimes you just want a game where you just goof around and nothing matters, right? I think Maelstrom War has always been the perfect happy medium for me, personally. And I look forward to its release, when it
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
Now, let's talk about the Firekeepers here. Nice, I got it. Yes.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it. So, when did the Firekeepers come to become a successor? Like, were they Salamanders before?
Honestly, they were. They absolutely were. And through developing my own models and characters, I realized, well, it feels strange to have my own chapter master if the chapter master of the Salamanders actually does exist. You know what I mean? It'd be like making your own Ultramarines chapter master.
Right.
The rules, you can do it in the game for mechanics, or for game mechanics reasons, right?
Narratively, it does mess things up.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted my own little space to have fun with my own army, right? And that's one of the coolest parts of the hobby for me.
Right, and like you get the full narrative feel of it, and unfortunately it does cost you a command point to take something like Drake Smiter. The Drake Smiter equivalent for your chapter, right? It's not a bad price to pay. I don't think it, I would do it myself too. Like I would 100% do the same thing. I typically just play Space Wolves, but I get it, right? You could there's some people I've seen, or like the ways I've done it. If I can't remember what chapter I was playing, but I made someone a chapter master when they had a very obvious chapter master still around. I honestly can't remember what chapter it was, but I tried to justify it in my head by saying like, oh, this is just the captain of the 4th company or the 3rd company, and he's almost as good as a chapter master. So in gameplay wise, he mechanically works the same way. He's the first captain. Right. So that's what I justified it as, but even sometimes that guy had a name. He was already established in the lore.
Right.
So you're right. It's just way easier to make a successor, make a narrative for them. Bam, go. You're good to go.
I know a lot of players like to take the route of similar to an acting supervisor, like an acting chapter master.
Yes.
Chapter master's not here, so you're gonna fill the role, right? So that works well.
Right.
Excuse me. That works well enough.
That's exactly the approach a lot of people go about it, right? It keeps it simple. You don't have to pay the command point for the rally, but I do you have your own take on the Firekeepers here. You have the customized vehicles, customized models here and there. It's cool, right? And it feels awesome. It's nice. I like it a lot. I prefer that route way more. And you're a great hobbyist, obviously. Great paint jobs, great work on all these models. I love the bases. They just match. They just work.
Oh, I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you can tell the TLC was put into them. How long did it take to do this Primaris collection of them all?
Over 8th edition, basically, until now, and then it was kind of easier during the pandemic, just because you're not playing as much. So the only real way to engage is to kind of hobby.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's good to see the growth of the Primaris. We were talking about this off camera, about like how crap Primaris were at the beginning of 8th edition. Like,
Yeah.
They just didn't work for anything, man. They were like little weird parking lots with like the repulsors and the captains and like the ancient nearby with the hellblasters. Like that was kind of like the only thing you kind of could do, and that wasn't really fun. It didn't work for Salamanders at all, obviously. Salamanders wanted to be the firstborn. But, you know, with progress and growth on the Primaris line, you have a lot of cool options now. You have Blade Guard veterans, obviously. You have Eradicators. You have your heavy intercessors. You have a lot of cool stuff. And then you can do what you've done there. I like the idea of the Primaris captain to go along with the Primaris. Like, it's a whole Primaris successor chapter, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, you just use the firstborn data sheet. Mm-hmm. Right? It works perfectly.
Yeah. He has 1 wound and 1 less attack because he's maybe tired today. Didn't stretch.
Exactly.
You know?
Whatever.
He didn't stretch.
It's just it's the sacro. He loses the attack because he's got a storm shield. You know, they're not really used to training.
I like
with
to
storm
imagine he just came from a previous war, so
he's
a little tuckered out.
He hasn't fully recovered. I like that. It works. And I'm excited to see the Primaris get a little bit more in the future as well. Now, for me, when I look at the Primaris nowadays, because the old school Marines are so comparable, points-wise and rules-wise, the difference is like an extra attack and like a better bolt gun in a lot of cases. That they're all kind of the same, and I just look at them as like new models. So I used to dislike the Primaris before, but they're kind of all the samey now. So in my mind, I like them quite a bit.
Yeah,
narratively, it makes sense to be you said Ultramar Founding?
Ultima Founding.
Oh, that's right.
So
Ultima Founding,
the Primaris wave, right?
Exactly, the giant wave. Here you go, Salamander successors. Boom! You give us your guys. Here's a bunch of Primaris dudes. Go enact war.
Yeah.
Do good for the Imperium.
Yeah, I like it. It's a narrative kind of jumping off point for people to do their own chapters. That's really cool.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like it kind of like represents that massive wave of players that came in with the 8th edition as well. And I like it. Yeah, it kind of lines up nicely in that regard. What did you think with the Necrons? You know?
Oh man, quite oppressive. This wasn't my first time playing against Necrons, and I think, like you've mentioned, the Doomsday Stalkers.
Right, the Doomstalkers.
Doomstalkers. Sorry, the Doomstalkers are very dicey, and I think, you know, I've played against my friend's Doomsday Arcs list quite a few times. This is very similar, and it's just as dicey.
Yeah. I hate saying that they're not bad. They're obviously not bad. They're fine. But in a setting when comparing it to competitive 9th edition scenarios, you can't justify adding something like that to your list when it's so out of your control.
Right.
It goes completely against the grain of the philosophy of 9th edition match play. So they fit well in like a fun Maelstrom war game, right? They work or they don't work. Who cares, right? Like you have so many weird objectives, you have no idea. I could bring all 3 of them. They can kill stuff all game, but that might not actually give me any victory points, and ultimately not even matter at the end of the game.
Right.
In a lot of cases. So I don't know. It's kind of weird for them. They fit better in this Maelstrom of war kind of setting, I think. But they helped obviously carry me. I figured it was going to be them and the warriors that were going to do me all the work. The monolith was there to kind of fill that iconic Necron, like, boom, here's a monolith.
I love it.
I don't know, look how scary it is.
I love it.
Oh, a few melted guns and a few shots here and there, boom, he's dead. It's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, that was a little disheartening. I didn't think my initial attack against the monolith would be so abrasive.
I know, because you look at it, like, I want to see that thing do cool things, but at the same time, I don't want that thing to do all the potential damage it can do. I'd rather just deal with it and get it gone. And the objectives even told you to kill it too, right?
Yeah.
So like, whatever, I didn't care if it died.
Well, it feels so strange to have the monolith be so frail and the Doomstalkers be so, like, they're standing at full wounds, all 3 at the end of the game. It's funny in comparison.
The monolith used to be like back in the day, Armor 14, untouchable pretty much. With the old Living Metal rules, like forget it. Like you just ignored it. You killed literally everything else and let the monolith do whatever it wanted. Nowadays, you look at it and you ask, what are its stats? Really, that's all it has? Really? I'm like, yeah, it's honestly all it has. It's crap. It sucks. It is what it is. Everyone knows it, but like it's one of my favorite models, especially the new one. I really think.
It looks amazing.
I've been playing Necron since technically when they came out in 2nd edition in that one White Dwarf release when you only had the Lords, Scarabs, and Warriors. And then when they came out with the Monolith, it was like so freaking iconic. It was like, you know, from the art, it was awesome. It was super cool. Oh man, I loved it. So like, I always want to play a Monolith in my armies because it just feels proper. But I get a lot of flack from those watching, and I don't mind. Whatever, I take the flack. I just realize that I don't want to actually upset people. So like, sometimes I'll play Necrons competitively. If I have like a competitive matchup, right? Something across the table that wants to play up, I probably won't bring the Monolith in that game per se. right? This is a great setting to play the monolith, though. And like, you had shared your list with me before. I didn't want to look at it because I don't like to know what I'm playing against.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I just kind of gauged from what you were telling me through our correspondence and emails that I'm like, okay, I get Salamanders, Primaris, non-Primaris, playing down-ish, like have a good fun Maelstrom game. So like Necron Warriors to like give me some backbone, but not too many of them. No Scarabs, a Monolith for sure, some Doomstalkers, and like Immortals. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that look like? I'm like, I don't get my Lich. I didn't even get my Lich Guard. I love my Lich Guard. I couldn't even fit them in the list. Man. So I thought that's the Reanimators. They had to show off the Reanimators, obviously.
Yeah, for your War of the Worlds theme. I dig it.
It worked. Yeah. I was happy one lived. Bless, the one Reanimator lived. The more important one died, unfortunately. But I mean, it is what it is.
It's a tactical choice.
You got 5 victory points for it. So you got to grief my warriors, and you got 5 victory points, so it was well worth it. Well, folks, that's it for this game. We've rambled long enough. We've taken up enough of your day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please leave some feedback down below what you thought about the game. If you want to see more Maelstrom in the future, I mean, if there's enough feedback for it, I'll probably do it, even though I got to do the bookkeeping for it. Wasn't too bad. It just took a little bit longer than what it typically would have with the cards. You know, like I said here, the streamlining of it is pretty important.
I think if you make a score sheet, it'll make it easier to track.
That's true too. You can always just do the score sheet like a dry erase. Like I got this one, I can check, like mark that one off. That'd be something. That's another option too. It's not a reusable asset. Anyways, folks, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Happy wargaming, absolutely.